Snark Tank. You're about to get your ears glazed by the great Chris Raygun, Derek Blackman, and Tom Sweeney. Sit back and prepare for some action. Sit back and prepare for some glazing glory.
That's our show, guys. I wonder what the most low effort show we could possibly make would be.
I would love to find out.
Let's try.
Be like a slur, and then you'd be like, all right, but
Yeah.
that's it. And you cut the blood.
Just the loudest ear rape hard R you can think of.
Yeah.
And then it's
to the point where it doesn't even sound like doesn't sound like anything. It just sounds like your ear hurts.
It could wake freaking dead people, and then it's like, all right, cool. Let's end the episode.
Well, I think that would be noticeable. Welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. It's me,
Wake the
Chris. It's him, Sweeney. It's him, Derek.
Hi.
It's all, man. What a day. What a time.
What a time to be alive.
What the fuck is going on? So I before we start the show, usually we're like, hey, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah. What happened?
And I heard Derek mention a name that I haven't heard in fucking forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm entirely curious about what's going on with Liver King.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, so I watched this dude named John Bravo. Shout out to John Bravo. He does a lot of takedowns and investigative weird. He's this fucking huge fucking guy with the dumbest fucking perfect haircut and this fucking beard, and he wears makeup and shit. Like, he's very old school television ready, you know, and he's like trained in that, I guess. And anyway, long story short, he does a lot of investigative journalism, usually in the bodybuilding industry, and exposes a lot of people. And so he, of course, exposed Liver King. The main guy to break it was this guy named Derek from More Plates, More Dates. He got emails from Liver King about his steroid use and the HGH and all that stuff. So we exposed him. So when all that stuff happened, Joe Rogan shat on Liver King. John Bravo did. Derek, More Plates, More Dates. So recently, Liver King looking fucking awful. Like, he looks bad. Like, if you thought he looked bad before, like, Jesus Christ, he's going through it. He decided to make threats against those three guys, and particularly Joe Rogan. So much so that he went to Austin, Texas, looking for Joe Rogan, hunting for him.
Oh my God, it's like that guy in Vegas.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, if Joe Rogan was a less rich person that didn't have like connections and security, you know,
yeah,
Joe Rogan,
bodyguards,
Joe Rogan's
security, Secret Service,
100,
probably
everything's around him. Secret Service too, actually, I imagine so.
Yeah.
And,
I wouldn't be surprised if through some weird, stupid leap, there might be someone there that just like would not be there for any regular person.
I feel like that's not a stretch, just because the amount of politicians that have come to his stupid Austin, Texas place. So now there's probably a lot of people that want to kill Joe too, let's just be frank. A lot of people that want to at least yell at him or something. They would love to probably storm his compound and tell him he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. So that Liver King guy, he got famous for like just eating testicles, right?
Testicles and liver. Just basically every part of the cow that is technically undesirable. I mean, a lot of people like liver, but they at least like to cook it up well enough to where it doesn't taste a little gamey.
Yeah, so he just eats a raw liver.
He eats raw everything. And the thing is, though, a big freak, because it was, whenever you see these people, you know, they're like major grifters always. So we started selling, the 9 ancestral tenets. And now I started selling, here's a supplement that has all of the nutrients so you don't have to eat a raw liver. It has all the nutrients in it that a liver has, because it does have a lot of good nutrients in it. But you can tell immediately. And then when you clock it, like every single juice head that is this big, and they say they're natural, right? I'm natty, natural. I never took a steroid in my entire life. And you're like, I can't believe people are still doing this.
That's a lot of the older people that are.
Dude, there's been a resurgence. There's a renaissance. It is
because what's the name of that light skinned black guy? That's a bodybuilder. He's always on. He recently worked out with Jonathan Majors. I forgot his name.
I don't know.
Recently worked out with Jonathan Majors.
I don't know.
It was like a thing. It was like Jonathan Majors came out because he's like fucking. He's also yoked
course.
beyond his fucking mind.
What did he admit that he's Jewish?
I was gonna say
Majors. He's there's no way he's not.
Well, he's obvious, but did he admit it? Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't know. I guess not. But like, it's insane to me. It's like why? Like it's
I understand
so
why
fine to admit it.
Listen, I understand why the people that are they're doing it for profit because there's still organizations like Gymshark and there's other places. There's a guy named Greg Doucette that has a whole empire, and he'll sign on people. And there's this new guy. I can't remember his name, but he's like a fucking 20-year-old kid or something. He's like 20. He's very young. He said he's only been lifting for 3 years, and he looks better than most people that are actively been taking steroids for years.
Is that Sam?
No, not Sam Sulek. Sam Sulek.
He'll admit it though. He'll be like, "Yeah, I'm game." Because
he's never denied it.
No one looks like him. Also, I've never seen a person look.
He's never
like
denied
him.
it, and he's also caked in acne. It's odd.
Yeah,
He's never denied it. Not Sam Sulek. There's this guy that has he looks kind of like Arab or something. I can't remember his name, but this guy Greg Doucette who sounds like Iago. Imagine this fucking jacked guy, and he talks like Iago from Aladdin, the parrot.
Oh, right.
Gilbert Godfrey.
I forgot his
Larry
name.
Wheels.
I think of him as Gilbert Godfrey primarily.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I totally forgot.
He's the parrot.
No, I just totally forgot. I haven't seen Aladdin in fucking forever.
But basically, there's a guy named Greg Doucette that when he gets really mad, he has a really high, and he talks like, it sounds like, oh, it's Gilbert Godfrey. And then I think he got so insecure that he doesn't yell anymore. So he just talks slow always because he sounded like the parrot. So you're seeing this super jacked dude that sounds like the biggest bitch ever. But to be fair, I guess, Brock Lesnar, Mike Tyson, there's people that are terrifying, but they sound like pussies, so it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar, that motherfucker, he was competing. Holy shit. The fact that people got in that octagon, like, you couldn't give me money to fight that.
It's terrifying how big he is. Have you seen his daughter?
His daughter's huge.
Yeah, that's the thing. We talked about it on the show.
Yes, right?
So it is genetic to a degree.
Oh,
that.
Nobody, look, this needs to be addressed.
Oh, of course,
Jesus Christ, because this is the thing that's so... the steroid stuff is just as dumb as politics, right? Take any subject, people are going to take it out of context. They're going to do whatever they want. They're going to try to profit off of it. So there's a lot of people that think steroids is
a cheat code.
Like you'll never look like, you can take as much steroids as you want. You'll never look like Brock Lesnar, right?
Yeah.
You never look like certain people because they
don't
fucking have awesome genetics. But it should buy an eye test of somebody. I literally knew a guy. I can't believe his last name was actually, I'm going to say it because it's Stickler. But here's the thing. Oh, sorry, not Stickler, Stickle.
Stickle.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I can't believe how he looked. He literally had no definition. He was Sticks. And I was like, how is your name Stickle? And you don't even have calves. Like, how there's usually like a little bit of a separation?
Yeah.
Even if you're not that athletic, I can still see your calves.
Sure.
No. He had Sticks. And I'm like, your name can't be Stickle. And this is stupid.
That's rough.
This is like
you'd almost imagine that would motivate you to not look like that.
Right. Right. That would be, I have to get away from this name and not look like this. But it's funny. It's like, did the parents, I'm assuming his parents, like his dad or something's a stick too. And it's like a line of sticks. And that's why
stick genetics.
It became that name was actually given to them.
But for millions
like Butcher, Smith, Stickle.
That's crazy. It was a slur made by like conquerors for his entire lineage. You're the Stickles. That's fucking crazy.
That's wild.
I couldn't believe it. I was like,
millions of years though those genetics worked.
I guess they did, right?
For millions of years of evolution led to that moment.
And he's still around.
Yeah, sticking up.
Is he still stick like? Did he didn't know
him outside.
Start taking mass gainer and he's got fucking wild.
I hope he's joked. But
it would just be a thicker stick.
Well, no,
it would still not be the calf.
Look, it's gonna be. You might you take a fucking magnifying glass and then kind of see the little curvature, like maybe at the base of his calf.
It's always been weird because people that like work out. Like I have quite a few friends who are like advert, like they work out and they're not on fucking gain, right?
Sure.
and they can get muscular, but it's there's a peak, like
Sure.
a certain point. And obviously when they flex, they look way bigger than what they do normally.
Yeah.
But it's a wall. And he's just somebody that's on roids, and you're like, oh, that doesn't look natural.
Yeah.
People don't look like that. Like obviously,
there's
that's
a lot
just
of
not
people that have been just fooled. I think, like I said, it's like politics. They've been, since these giant people are telling them they're natural, they're just taking their word for it instead of using any type of common sense. I had a whole argument with
Lily about it because when Chris Evans is Captain America, and especially in the first movie, he was roided up. You cannot tell me, because you see Chris Evans outside of superhero roles and he's in shape. But he's not a wall.
Well, you know what's the
he
biggest
doesn't have
telltale?
Legit breasts.
These guys gain like 60 pounds of muscle in like 6 to 9 months. That's usually
that's
massive
years. That's years of work to get that much muscle.
Especially 60 is a little exaggerated. We'll say 30 pounds, all right?
Dude,
even that. It's like, give somebody like 10 years to gain and sustain 30 pounds, like after, say, they've been working out. Like Chris Evans was never in bad shape, right?
Yeah, he was in good shape. He was also good shape.
He was in good shape. So then for him to gain as much muscle as he did, I'm like, of course you need performance-enhancing drugs. The thing that just upsets me is just the not talking about it part. Like, I liked, what's his name? Rob McClerney? Is that his name from It's Always Cerny? Cerny. It's Always Cerny.
Rob McElhenney.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a weird name.
He's like, yeah, of course.
But yeah, Mac, he like, how could he not? Like, it's just, it's.
Do you see me a year ago? It's like, did you see me one whole year ago? I was fat.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So you appreciate that shit, and most people in the body industry. But like I said, there's a renaissance.
Well, real builders, like actual lifters from like that really do that. They're like, oh yeah, duh. Like, what do you mean?
I forgot my phone in the car because I wanted to show you that guy. Can you do me a favor?
What's
you have
up?
your
What's
phone?
his name?
So I don't remember his
Kingston
name.
always has his phone on him during the show.
Yeah, that's true. So this YouTuber.
Am I getting singled out when we all do it? What? Are you serious?
Well, no, well, we don't all do it.
I make an effort to put my phone away. Literally.
That's crazy.
I literally make effort.
Maybe recently.
I do.
Maybe.
Do you?
You just don't pay attention because you're talking too much. But I do.
Doing the show, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't remember the guy's name, but a YouTuber named Anabolic Stick has been trashing him.
Anabolic Stick is
Anabolic Stick.
That's a crazy. What?
So it's like like what would you call it? Like
innuendo?
No, oxymoron, right?
Yeah,
It's
no,
kind
I
of
understand.
like-
It's just like it's a crazy name for an entire channel.
Yeah, he's a college student that's bored and started making.
Oh my God, Julian, what you call it? Fitzman or something? Fitzgerald?
He's
one of them.
He's one of the new guys. He's one of the new guys that claims he's natural. He looks that guy that you were talking about, the light skinned dude.
Yeah,
worked out with him. But this is the guy, Hussein Farhat. He's saying...
I know who Hussein Farhat is.
So he's another one. These guys are like 18, 20. They're around, they're not even legal to drink yet. And they're all saying they're natural. Like, could you look at these pictures?
Look at this kid.
And they're saying they're natural.
Kid.
Yeah, it's not natural.
And then the picture before was basically the same size as you 3 years later. 3 years later.
Yeah.
And they're saying they're natural. I'm like, what is happening?
So stupid.
And then that parrot pussy that I was talking about, Greg Doucette, he's been lifting, he's a competitor, IBBF and all this shit. He knows better, but then he like wants to profit off these kids. So he's like, well, he gave me a fucking blood test and he's natural. I'm like, well, yeah, he can just off cycle and then give you a test. You can just not be on a cycle and give someone a blood test. The way that you have to prove it is multiple blood tests for a significant amount of time. Is he maintaining his muscle mass? And is he? It's
insane.
just as weaselly, but just not as important as politics, right?
Sure,
it's just as weaselly, but it's just not as important.
Like by orders of magnitude, for
right?
sure.
So that's the only thing why it's not. Why I don't
really
talk
not
about it that often.
The Liver King is obviously
massively
roided up.
So that was the whole thing. His downfall was because of him being exposed,
right?
Him being fucking stupid and already trying to get better deals on drugs because he was spending tens of thousands of dollars a month on his physique. And he won't admit it, but he got fake like implants for his abs.
He had ab implants?
They're not real at all. If you look at them,
crazy.
They look they don't move. Like
that's awesome.
Yeah, people don't understand that abs.
That means they're just so strong.
Yeah, that's exactly.
People don't understand what abs supposed to look like and how some people have the ab 6-pack doesn't look like that
They're
like
not
that's
perfect.
not how it looks.
They're not perfect.
No.
They look. They're all.
Some people's
they're
abs
they're
don't
unique.
separate the right way, so they're just
Yeah.
like they're just one pack there, or it's slant.
Some people are
like,
genetically gifted and
Yeah.
they look like a hero where it's like, wow, the symmetry is off this charts. But you look at most people, it's dude. There's a guy. There's
It's
this
all AI.
Yeah, dude. There's an Armenian dude that terrifies me in the UFC. Arman. No, not Arman. Sorry, but his ribs, because his genetics, they stick out. It look like scythes that are just like so.
just jutted out ribs.
They're just jutting out, and every time he fights, I feel disgusted watching
Isn't
him.
that like a rib flare? Isn't that like a...
I don't know what you call
Rib
it.
flare,
A
like
flip
the
flare.
wrestler?
Did you
No,
say
you fucking moron.
Sorry, my bad. Holy shit! that
Fucking
was-
Tenashi 6'9" over here. Why are you so convinced that was his name?
It's Tenashi. I thought it was Tenashi.
No,
have
bro.
him.
It's Tenashi?
It's Tenashi.
It's Tenashi.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
But you were so convinced. I
I
was
thought
like,
it was Tenashi. I could have swore.
yeah. No, but you said so in that clip. You said Tekashi was the guy in Cyberpunk 77, and Tenashi was Tenashi 6'9".
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
that's not. That was both were wrong. It was Takahata, right? Was it Takahata?
Takamura.
Takamura.
yeah, which I can never
Takamura.
remember for some reason.
Yeah, Takeda. Takeda is a different name.
I think
Takamura.
Tenkashi. Somebody commented on that clip, and they were like, "Tenkashi is there's like a robot who makes you sushi in Fallout 4 or something."
Named Tenkashi.
Named Tenkashi. I think. Although that's a comment, I don't know how true that
He
is.
makes you sushi.
Yeah, I guess. I
That
don't know.
sounds racist.
I
I
don't
like
remember
that.
Fallout 4 enough.
Sounds racist.
My robot in Fallout 4 was named Cogsworth.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yours.
yours.
There's a bunch of other ones.
And I killed him.
Of course you killed. Who didn't blow him up at some point?
Shot him.
What? I left him alive?
I don't think you can really kill him because he's your
No,
ally.
you can blow him up and he's fine. Yeah.
And he's like, Master,
always-
I'm back.
I always play those games like without companions, generally, unless it's like dog meat or something.
Dog meat.
I don't want a person with me like commenting on
Well,
shit.
they're also, you can, even if you're trying to, it's the one thing you're trying to get in their good graces too. Let's say you're trying to smash a chick, right? And then all of a sudden you do something shady and she disapproves. I'm like, bitch, go away.
Yeah,
It's like shit
don't
like that,
come with
so-
me.
I
Don't come
usually
with
play
me.
good
Yeah.
guys and things, unfortunately, so I usually just
Well,
don't. I don't
sometimes
have to-
you can't.
I don't have to worry about it.
Sometimes you just.
I like Valentine. Valentine's gray in morality, so he's like,
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
that nigga. And I'm like, gotcha, Nick. And I blow his head off.
Well, listen, before we get too deep into the show, patreon.com/SnarkTank. Remember, you can go over there. Early access, ad-free, various tiers, all sorts of shit. Also, snarktank.shop, some new merch in there. We just got the colored... That's not in the store at the time that we're recording it, but we just got the colored Final Fantasy. It's looking pretty
It's
good.
pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So check out snarktank.shop, Autistic and Afraid. Which, by the way, I did wash this. I wore this on the last episode, but it was at the end of a laundry cycle, and I realized I'm wearing the exact same clothes technically.
That's excellent.
Like at least the shirt and the hat. I'm not horrible.
Yeah.
Asmongold is probably
Yeah.
yeah. I don't live like Asmongold generally.
You know the crazy thing about Asmongold is that his goatee is shapely. It's like groomed.
Yeah. So he tries and then gives up immediately.
That's too much. Like after that, he's exhausted.
It's like those
I think it
games.
was
It's
a
like those
bit. I think
games
it
where
was a
people
bit.
play. No, you go. It's like those games where people play the first 10 seconds and then they get the first achievement for like finishing the first level, and then the second achievement's got like a 10% completion rating
yeah.
because nobody wants to play deeper into the game. That's his grooming habit.
That is him to a T. Because it really doesn't make sense. I'm like, wow, unless he's so genetically gifted to where that's it just grows like that and he does nothing.
Would you accept that gift?
I don't care. So, I guess.
If you no, let me put it this way, more specifically. You're a soul in heaven or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're in like the waiting room before you go out. Of course. And somebody goes like, "Hey, this is going to be you." We can you're going to have all of these things wrong with you, but your goatee is going to be perfect.
You're gonna be pristine.
do you have like a choice?
Absolutely not. What are you
You have
saying?
a choice. Like if you have a choice, then you can choose no. But if you don't have a choice, then like whatever.
Well, you have a choice.
I
You
guess.
could swipe left.
Yeah,
you
it's
can go
like
to the
your
next.
genie.
I'm
It's like
gonna
it's like
swipe
your
left.
worm genie or whatever.
What worm
The worm
genie?
Your worm genie, your worm foot genie.
Oh yeah. The little
Yeah,
wish.
it's
the little,
like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just like that. Hey, would you like?
Would you like to suck
Would you like to be
or not?
horrible
Or
and
not.
also have a nice shapely beard?
Or you could probably be whatever. I don't know, just something random.
I never got a good look at Asmongold, really, actually, in all this time. Is he one of those people with like no chin?
He has what's the recess that the really tall girl with the big glasses.
Oh my god,
That's what he looks like to me.
I like Spinelli. No, it's not Spinelli.
No, Spinelli's
He's one of
the-
the Ashleys.
I don't know what her name is.
what the fuck, Gretchen?
Is it?
Gretchen, yeah.
Is that Gretchen?
Is it?
I think it's
That
Gretchen.
sounds right.
I know the Gretchen is definitely one of the names. So
Oh, let me look this
Then
up.
there was the little
Yeah.
fat. Then there was the little fat kid. No, there's the little fat kid. Then there was the big fat kid that could sing, who also had a sandwich on deck. I was like, yo, where does he get the
I remember
sandwiches from, bro?
Then
there was a black
the
boy.
blonde one is the blonde fat one. What was his name?
I forgot his name. He could sing really well. I remember
He
that.
could.
Yeah.
It was like Fatso.
Fatty. Fatso.
And then there was a little kid that's clearly gonna be a school shooter.
Oh yeah.
His dad was in the military, so he's definitely gonna crack.
It's so funny because that little nerd kid clearly looks like a. He looks like a veteran, kind of.
Exactly.
He's got like the buzz cut kind of thing going.
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
He's in gray green kind of.
because it's like dad
Yeah, his
is
dad
a
in the
piece of
military,
shit,
yeah.
right?
Dad's in
Yeah.
the military, so he's like,
Okay, so
What's his name? Gus? Was that Gus?
I don't remember.
Or was Gus the main guy?
every
I
time
don't
I hear
remember
Gus,
that.
I think of Breaking Bad now.
Gus is one of them. I remember there's
Gus-
Gus, and then there's Randall the snitch, right?
Randall's a creature.
He's like,
I like that Randall looked like Randall from what you call it.
what?
What?
What are you saying?
Mikey.
Who's Mike?
Mikey's the fat kid,
Yeah,
but his
Mikey's
name
Oh, Mikey's the fat kid.
No, but his name is Mikey Bloomberg.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Bloomberg, eh?
That's the mayor, or that was one of them, or governor, Michael Bloomberg.
I think it was
he was one of the mayors. right?
Bloomberg was one of them.
He's official from New York. I know that. That's all.
Yeah. Mikey Bloomberg. That's so weird.
Bloomberg.
Gus.
Which one's Gus?
Gus, I think is.
Is he the kid, the military kid?
Yeah, I think so. I think. Yeah.
TJ's the main guy, right?
TJ Detweiler.
Detweiler.
And
I
Gretchen.
remember that.
Gretchen.
So Gretchen
These names are crazy.
Gold.
Gretchen Grundler.
That sounds like a fucking WWE wrestler.
Grundler sounds.
Gretchen Grundler.
Grundler sounds like it comes from the ground. Like it comes from up under you and grabs you, and you get grundled under the floor.
You get grundled. Oh, the Grundler. Oh,
It's crazy to me that like I never once thought about these people's last names. Ever.
yeah, I didn't think
you know what I mean.
TJ Detweiler is the
I
only
just
one.
knew them. I was little.
Spinelli is the last name.
Spinelli's the
But
only
she's
one
an
that I knew.
Ashley. But she's
because
an
they would call-
Ashley.
Ashley,
Yeah,
right?
Ashley,
and they
yeah.
wanted the Ashley. Dude, I forgot about this whole show. It's all coming back
She
to
was
me.
an Ashley, and she didn't want to be one of the
They
Ashleys.
wanted their
So
when
he
they
her
found
name
out
was-
about
her
it,
name
they
was
wanted
Ashley,
her
yeah.
to be in that.
Yeah.
That's
And then she was it for a little bit. She was like, I hate these people so much. And it's like, I get it, Ashley.
And then
I get it.
Vince LaSalle,
Who's Vince?
the black
kid.
guy.
Oh, okay.
The black kid.
The black kid that would go on later to, join
Yeah.
the NBA. That would-
Yo, it's so funny. There's like I'm on the wiki or whatever, and it's like these are unofficial secondary characters: the Corn Chip Girl, the Pale Kids.
I kind of
Remember the
remember
Pale
that.
Kids on
I
the- on the-
kind of
on the-
remember
what you call
that
it.
because they all had those sectors. Who was the
Yeah.
king's name? What was the king's name?
Menlo. Wait, what?
Oh, I remember that
King
name
of the
too.
schoolyard.
The king. There was the
Oh
king.
yeah, I don't remember.
And
I
then
don't
TJ
know.
beat him one day, and TJ became king for a bit. And
Wait,
he
hold
didn't
on.
want it anymore, and he gave it back to him.
Yeah.
Menlo.
I do remember that.
Is that a real name?
Well, I've never known
Because
anyone
you
do
remember?
that.
Did Paul and Jalen ever tell you that story about meeting Menlo in Puerto Rico? He was like on crutches on a bike or something.
There was a person in Puerto Rico named Menlo.
That's what they told me.
That's clearly a fib, brother.
It's clearly a fib, but they've been so consistent about it throughout the years. That,
Doesn't
like,
mean it's not a fib.
no, but like I don't know what to make of it really.
Yeah. Why would they keep it up that long?
Because like it's to
You've
the,
never met. You don't know that. That's why.
No, it's like to the point of like specifics after long periods of time. Like where I'm just like you would have to. There's no way you guys would have remembered this detail in sync for this long. For this to be fake, but it sounds like a fake ass story, and Menlo is the fakest name I've ever heard.
Menlo
This is the
is
first time I've ever seen Menlo
Yeah.
ever outside of that story, and it's fucking me up a little bit.
Is it MANLOW?
Menlo.
Oh, Menlo.
Man. Menlo.
I can't
Menlo,
fucking deal with
Menlo,
this shit.
man. Menlo.
To me, it sounds like a
man.
Southeast Asian name, like Menlo. Like I don't fucking.
I got no man.
Yeah, whatever.
Who cares?
I guess it's a real name. Somebody fucking
Where
obviously.
is Southeast Asia even?
What do you mean?
it's to the
It's
southeast
the
of Asia.
South- What do you mean?
But where is that in like the world, in the greater scale of the world?
Asia?
Where's Asia, and where's the southeast of that?
I wish I had a sawed off right now.
Just
feed it to you. Just feed it to you. You know,
eat a
It's
gun. I don't eat metal.
Lunchtime, brother. Lunchtime.
I don't eat metal. What do you mean?
Hey, do
dude?
me a favor. Just apply a little pressure to this trigger.
Like this? What are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about, dude?
Just shoot you in the bathtub while you're like in The Sopranos.
That would be a
I
mess.
still need to watch that, man.
Good show.
I've only ever seen people
Someone
die
got
in that
shot
show.
in the fucking bathtub.
I've never seen that show at all.
Splish, splash,
I've never seen a
taken.
single episode of The Sopranos. I just was like, I think a video showed up on my feed I think 3 weeks ago. It said every death in The Sopranos. And I was like, all right.
That's a good show.
I don't.
And
wanna,
then I watched it. I was like, look at all these people dying.
I don't want to see that because I bet there's some very significant ones that I'd be like, oh, I
Yeah.
wish I didn't
Well,
know that.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much everyone is significant for the story.
Well, you know what's crazy about it? Because I haven't seen the show and it means so little to me, and I was only watching half paying attention.
Right.
I don't remember
So
anybody
you don't-
who died.
It's not even.
It
That's,
might as well be completely fucking. I could watch that entire show and still be surprised. The only thing that I would be surprised by, I guess, is like when a scene would start and a guy is in the bathtub, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's that guy."
It's the moment. It's the moment.
I know what
it's
you mean.
gonna happen. It's like the Red Wedding.
100% know what you mean. I actually say Dragon Age Origins. I hadn't played it in enough time to where there was things I forgot. So when I did my review about Vanguard, the Veilguard or whatever the fuck, there were things that I was talking about. And people were correcting me because I just forgot about shit in the game.
That's what happens.
And
man.
I was like, oh yeah, this happened. And so
Your brain autocorrects. There are moments that are probably done a little dummy, and you're like, this would be done better if my brain did it. And then you talk about it, and you're like, wait a minute, it wasn't done like that. This is kind of stupid, actually.
It didn't happen this way, you bitch. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah.
Okay, sorry, man.
All right, man, my bad.
Dude, video game people are passionate, bro.
Do we want to move on to questions, or
You gotta give a shout out to the. You gotta give a shout out to the.
Oh, shout out to Zoran Mamdani.
Oh,
Let's go.
He won the. A lot of people I see a lot of people preemptively celebrating. I appreciate it.
I know
It's nice to be optimistic. He didn't win. He's not the mayor. He's not the mayor yet. I saw people celebrating as if that was the case.
oh, like he's officially the mayor.
Yeah. And I'm just like, no. He won the Democratic primary, which means he will be the Democratic nominee for mayor up against like a conservative who's definitely going to
Who's
lose.
not gonna win.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Cuomo runs as...
Independent.
Well, Eric Adams also is running. I guess,
Eric Adams,
right?
because Eric Adams went independent because he's a bitch.
Yeah, he's a...
Cuomo might do the
loser.
same thing because he's a bitch. He's... I
I feel like they would just eat away from each other's votes. That was
I
the
feel
thing.
like
They will.
Cuomo.
That's the best thing. Well, I think they've lost. I think they're gonna
Cuomo
lose
should
no matter
fuck
what.
off
That
because
would be nice.
getting double spanked that's bad.
I saw a tweet that was like, it's amazing how like getting all of every endorsement from everybody on the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs didn't pay off. See, like Clinton endorsed them or something, or like,
course he
and it's just like, why the fuck do we even care about these people?
course.
anymore?
It
course he
upsets
did.
me that he was still even as close as he was. You know, like obviously he's
Right, yeah.
He's still, but just looking at the number of votes, like maybe
It was like
diff-
35 or 36 to 42 or something.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like a absolute landslide. It was like maybe 100,000 plus votes of a difference, but that's still disgusting.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, there's still too many people that are just
It was
mindlessly lining up and voting for this safe name.
Bill Clinton said,
It was a clean victory. It's the problem is that old people are voting for that.
It's a
motherfucker.
clean,
That's the
but
biggest
it's just brand recognition.
Sure.
is
Well, I
all.
mean, there's
sure.
a lot less of them because of Cuomo.
big true, big true.
big true.
That was another tweet I saw. It was
That's
just like, it's a
awesome.
shame.
Probably
it's a shame
killed his
Cuomo
motivation.
killed all of his voters.
Crazy activity, dude.
But yeah, no, shout out to Mamdani. I don't know, man. From what I've seen from him, I like him. Some of the stuff that he says, I'm not really confident on how you're gonna do that really in New York
course.
City. But like,
I'm
he seems like
okay
a
with
decent
that.
dude. If he fucks up, I'll be more than happy to rake him over the coals. But
I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I wish, like, say, for
a
example,
progressive man.
I
That's
wish
a big
Kamala
step
would have
forward.
ran like that.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kamala would have ran like that and say there was if she had some wild like stuff that she said.
yeah.
And she couldn't get it done, I'd be like, well, yeah, you're a dumb bitch politician. I get it. You're gonna do the same thing as everybody, but better, much better.
Right.
Than just being like, oh, I'm gonna do virtually the same thing as that old fossil that everybody was tired of. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, well,
Sick!
this is what
Sick!
this is what I mean by like when I say that I hate the corporate Democrats more than pretty much anybody is because it's just like with a Trump MAGA guy, like you're too far gone. There's something wrong with your brain. You know what I mean? You're gone. You don't know no better. You're stupid. Bill Clinton knows. You know, he knows what a Mamdani win means, and it means it's like his club is over.
Yeah.
And they're willfully getting in the way of that, and that's what I hate about him more than anything else.
They're making it
So fuck
harder.
them all.
I think they're
I
trash.
can't wait for them to die.
They're making it way harder to traffic children. I'm trying to traffic children.
My only counter is I agree that the
miss
corporate
Epstein
Democrat
so
is
much.
trash because they stand in the way of the Progressive Party actually.
I miss Epstein.
The-
I miss him so much.
I miss Epstein.
I miss
Epstein.
Jeffy.
I miss
I'm
him
gonna
so
play
much.
this Epstein saxophone song on
Right.
my saxophone. It's like, what is it, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder or something?
That's crazy.
On the saxophone.
He's playing.
That's crazy.
He's playing
That
all.
actually might be sick, actually.
He's playing every instrument a part of it with the saxophone.
That's
you're
crazy.
hearing chimes and shit, and you're like,
Bring, bring, bring.
I want to see.
amazing.
You know what I want?
Why was he the president?
Yeah,
He
why was he
should've
the
been making
president?
music.
Yeah, he could have just
What's
been.
going on?
He has a. He's on.
Less children.
Bill Clinton's in the subway with a loop station, making all sorts of like.
That's insane.
making beats.
A little girl's about to throw in some like changes.
Yeah.
And still,
Snatches
he's still
her,
doing his thing.
dude.
She's gone.
He
You can't
does-
see her
he-
anymore.
Bag of holding type shit, bro.
He does that Venom like mouth move from fucking Marvel vs. Capcom.
He's bling bling bling.
But yeah, shout out to
2 frames.
Shout out to Mamdani. He's I mean, I hope he wins. It would be cool.
It's
It would be
looking
interesting.
good. I can't. Eric Adams is so fucking disgraced. I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
it is crazy. I mean, it is funny though that like, I mean, Cuomo was disgraced too, and he
Yeah.
still got like a
He still
crazy
got a
amount of
significant
support.
amount.
So I don't know. We'll see. It is funny though that like he has to fight through this gauntlet of. It's almost like Scott Pilgrim. He has to fight through like this gauntlet of like corrupt mayors.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll win, and then he too can get hamstrung by the establishment and not be able to do fucking anything.
Oh sure, they'll do everything to make his job as difficult as humanly possible.
Just like my favorite president ever, man. I love him.
yeah, they're cool.
FDR,
No, well, Jimmy.
Fat Dick.
Jimmy Carter.
Oh, Jay Cart. Yeah.
He was my favorite president. Remember he was talking about Israel being a problem, and everybody was like, "You're a desire."
Well, that's what
anti-Semite.
That's
And he was like,
specifically
sure.
what finished him. That's specifically what secured him for not getting elected again.
He didn't want
and
to go to
getting
war. He did all.
butt fucked after that. He got slaughtered.
Jimmy Carter. Yeah.
I mean,
I like him as a guy.
I think he was the only good president we probably ever had. Actually,
That's 100% accurate, but it's kind of like that's also kind of like
and he wasn't a destructive person.
but that's also
either.
kind of like my mechanic's a really good guy.
yeah,
He
hey,
could
man,
stand to fix the car a little better.
I'll take W's where I can, man. That's all. I'll take a couple W's.
That is a fair point.
I'll take a humane person
want
over
something.
a bomb addict that
want
the
something.
next 4 presidents led us into war immediately.
I just want somebody.
true.
Immediately.
I just want somebody to be actually, even if they're like still going along with the bombing, I want them to be like shitting their pants at night, and they're actually bothered by what they're doing, even though they're still going along with it. I just wish we even had somebody. I feel. I don't know if it's true, but
Cuomo doesn't feel nothing.
that's what I mean. Like,
know what I mean?
people like that. Like, I'd want them gone. The ones that just see them as numbers and not people anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like I just want people to even feel some sort of any type of conflict in them.
Did
to
you
be
see-
like, oh, you're still human?
Yeah. Did you see that clip of Zoran? I can't remember how long ago it was. It was recent though. It was like in the last like year or two, where he was like, I think somebody was asking him a question like, would you welcome Netanyahu into the city? And he was like, we'd arrest him.
Fucking international
Which
war
is
criminal.
fucking awesome. That is the
He literally can't go to UN countries.
That
That's
is
crazy.
undoubtedly the coolest thing I've ever heard a New York mayor or like candidate for mayor ever say.
Yeah.
Like I would arrest. If Benjamin Netanyahu said foot here, I would arrest him immediately. It's like, yes, that's sick. Perfect.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, yeah. It would be nice if everybody was consistent about that, you know, like arresting war criminals would be sick.
That would be a pretty good. That's a general good idea.
At least like not endorsing them. How about that? Like maybe just not
yeah, right.
endorsing them.
Bare minimum.
Just be like, hey, look,
Bare minimum.
I'm not gonna hunt you, but like, don't come here. You suck. It's like
Yeah.
we're doing everything we can to help out our allies.
I hope we see a wave of this is the trend, right? This is the trend of it's I know the problem is a lot of the dissent, and this is something that I watched I listened to Bernie Sanders was on Joe Rogan's podcast. I was very shocked because I saw a clip circulating. I thought it was from the first time he was on a long time ago.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and then he showed up in my feed. At first I was mad because I'm like, why the fuck is Joe Rogan on my recommended page? But I saw that it was today posted or yesterday. So I started watching it. I went on a rant on Instagram because I got too angry, of course, because it's just most of like Bernie Sanders is a politician and he's trying to be nice as humanly possible, and that's not necessarily what we need right now. So kind of coddling Joe, and also when Joe would push back against some of the stuff that was that Bernie was saying, he wouldn't try hard enough to be like, Joe, stop.
He's trying to be nice.
He's trying to be nice, and that doesn't work because what happened is clips circulating around of fucking chuds thinking that, oh, Joe blew the fuck out of he blew him the fuck out. Like, oh, Bernie, Lou, he showed him. Yeah. Like, say, Trump suing all of these fucking networks is a good thing. Because Bernie was trying to be like, hey, this is anti-free speech. This also sets the precedent that you should not talk about somebody because if you do, they're going to. And then Joe's like, no, that's not why he did it. That's not why he did it because they were cutting the editing thing. And then Bernie could have just said, Negro, do you have any idea how many times fucking Fox News edits shit? They just literally did it just a little while ago.
Yeah.
Where they just like, oh, hey, are you going to release the Epstein files? And cut out the part where he was like, I would release it less so because, there's some innocent people involved.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did cut that out.
Did that recently. Like, before he got elected, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, Bernie could have countered with that, but Joe is so sure of himself that Trump's doing the right thing by suing. And I'm like, how could you think that as a normal human being?
Yeah, Joe Rogan's too confidently wrong and Bernie is too nice.
He's too nice. And so I kind of lost my mind, specifically when I got reminded of it this morning. I was like, why am I so angry? And I remember, oh yeah, I was just thinking about that stuff.
Yeah.
We'd never see that podcast though. The podcast of him or correcting him, we'd never see that podcast.
The what?
That podcast will never be shown.
What are you talking about?
Of Joe Rogan getting corrected?
Of Boney getting about Rogan getting like constantly corrected, be like, yes, like the fact that
no, you would see it because he wouldn't register it as him being corrected.
You don't think someone else would be in the one that handles like actually the set?
I've seen so many clips out from his show of people correcting him in real time and him just being like, oh, crazy, or he just pretends like it didn't happen. He literally just doesn't care.
Because like the thing with Bill Burr,
it's not like he would be like, cut that out. He blew me the fuck out. Like I don't think Joe has that self-awareness.
Because the Bill Burr episode, right? The reason why that got aired is because he thought that Bill, he wasn't smart enough to tell that Bill was insulting him.
But that's why would he also be smart enough to tell when people are like accurate? You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying.
Because of the idea of like someone like actually standing their ground against to be like, nah, dude, you're wrong. Because Bill's making jokes.
Well, I guess
that's why
he won't have on people who are being like, say he would never have on Kyle Kalinske again.
Oh yeah,
knowing how the conversation would go.
Kyle would assault him verbally.
Kyle's not going to be nice like Bernie, so he's not going to have Kyle on. Or say there's this guy named he's an archaeologist. I can't remember his name. Like
Flint Dibble, right?
Flint Dibble. I always
fucking ridiculous name.
He's an archaeologist too. That's fucking crazy. Shout out to him, dude.
His name is Flint, and he's an archaeologist. It's pretty fucking amazing.
It is kind of crazy.
It's all like,
connected, right?
It's like just dating the perfect baby. Like you're gonna dig up stuff. He's like, I can't wait to. He has an urge for it as a kid.
Yeah, that's maybe what happened.
He's outside this house. His name wasn't Flint. It was probably like Jonathan.
Yeah, there was a guy.
He digs a lot.
I remember there was a kid on the news. His name was Vegas Fox. It was crazy. I thought about this. They did a thing on him because he was like he had like superstar prospects of being like a football player or whatever. And I was like, oh, I wonder what he's up to. And he's actually a fox in Vegas.
Like an animal?
I was hoping for something different. I let myself hope. That is crazy that I let myself hope. I was like, he's not gonna make that joke. He's not gonna
go to that obvious thing.
I thought he's gonna get killed. He got killed by a fox, or he lives in Vegas, something like that. Like, no, he's a fox in Vegas.
He's a fox in Vegas.
You did something to me you really hurt a part of me. That's crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
How it shakes out.
Everyone's dumb and gay.
Yeah. The final thing of my bingo list is Vivek Ramas Swami getting shot dead. Last thing I need. That is perfect.
I think he turned to the Green Goblin because he already has like the shape. If you look at his head,
I know what you mean.
He has his ear. The way he would do his hair, his ears are already kind of
high hair.
Yeah, like it's almost.
He's like an Indian elf. Or a fae. He's an Indian fae.
You could just say he's like an elf.
He is Indian also, though.
Yeah, but that's a given.
It's a descriptor. Like I'm just giving descriptors. That's it. I'm giving more descriptors. In this case, someone doesn't know that he's Indian.
Oh, yeah. There's some people that know Vivek Ramaswamy is Indian.
They might have heard the name and they were like, "Oh, he's here."
Schwarmy?
I did say Swami.
This people know, man. Now everybody's like, "Oh, he is."
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Anyway, let's move on to some questions.
You ever had shawarma?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that
You've
I
had
haven't.
chicken over rice in New York. Come on. You've definitely
Yeah,
had
like
chicken over rice.
I don't know if I've ever thought, oh, I'm gonna order shawarma.
Oh no.
But I've definitely had it.
I would love a chicken over rice, man. Oh my god, dude, we don't
There's
have
a-
those. over
Sounds
here.
complicated.
We don't have that kind of it. You fucking,
No, I know.
dolt.
Anyway, so we move on to some questions from our patrons over at patreon.com/snarktank.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Yes, Christopher.
What is that? Oh, this name is crazy.
Obi Trice?
Obi Rock Ken Obama. Jesus Christ.
Obi Rock?
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Barack
Yeah.
Obama.
Oh, I would not have.
No,
guessed that.
that's a rough one to read. Saying, let me be clear before getting, what is it? I actually want, before getting stabbed by
Darth Maul.
Dart B. Vader. I don't know what any of this shit means.
Dart B. Vader? What's that supposed to be?
Look, man. I actually, you know what? We're not going to read questions.
Like in general.
Like in general ever again.
Yeah.
Just no more.
I think we should take the rest of this podcast from here on out just to pray.
Oh, yeah. Moment of silence.
I like that.
What do we need
Is this
to do?
nigga, was that crazy on you? What the fuck? What was that? What was that?
What?
Do 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 do.
Where did that come from? It's just
That song's a good song. It's playing in my head.
It is a good
out of
song.
nowhere, just down, 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 down. I love Heart. I saw them. I saw them
You saw them live? Oh, that's
Hell
pretty sick, dude.
I fucking love Heart. But I
That's
that was
a
so
weird.
red.
It is
That was
really
so red.
Welcome to Radio Sween. It's just the songs that are playing in his mind. It's just. Well, which song is that? Crazy on You?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crazy on You. Crazy on You. Then like freaking, I don't know, like ISIS beheadings, and then freaking.
All right, great.
We're listening to audio of ISIS beheadings.
The audio.
ISIS
Like,
beheading
I'm-
.mp3 is insane.
On my morning walk, blasting that in my headphones.
Loud. It's like clipping.
Crazy on you. Then then
You can't hear
Barracuda.
All right.
So I'm like, oh.
So this guy with the Obi Rock Kanobama name, which
Yeah,
I don't know, I'm not going to read that again. He wrote and he said, "Hello, my intrusive thoughts. What's the most badass name of someone/something that you can think of from any media? To keep it short, in the game Project Wingman, there's a civil war within the biggest faction in said universe, a nation comprising Western USA and coastal Asia 400 years after Yellowstone. 3 members of the rebellion's Coast Guard were able to seize an advanced battleship from the enemy's navy, which ended up being the main flagship of the game. The captain of the ship ended up naming it the Eminent Domain. That's okay.
Eminent Domain.
It's all right.
That sounds like an elite ship.
It does. Although an elite ships are crazy. Like that was my brain first goes to elite ships when I think of this. The fucking Shadow of Intent, shit like that, which is a band also.
That's a good name.
yeah.
That's a good name.
It's a good name. I like a lot of sci-fi ship names. Are pretty good.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I like Truth and Reconciliation. That's another fucking great one.
Yeah, the Truth and Reconciliation is
There's
sick. Pillar of Autumn is sick.
I love the name Ulfric Stormcloak. I know that's like a kind of a
Ulfric
dumb-
Stormcloak?
but I love that name. I love him too because I love how you meet him.
Yeah.
And he's
You
like,
love
he can't
Ulfric
talk.
Stormcloak. It's crazy.
I like that. He's a
I
bad
love
guy.
that character.
He's a bad
fine.
guy,
He's
but like
fine.
sort of a
well,
bad guy.
It doesn't have to be.
He's sort of not a good guy.
It depends on how you feel about. Because like,
I mean,
You know-
I just don't like elves, so that's why I was like, this guy seems kind
How
of
you feel about Ulfric Stormcloak really depends on what you feel about immigration, I think.
I guess so.
how racist you are. Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I met him and I was like, oh, he's a white man. My simple colonized mentality is like he's good looking out for everybody. Then you realize he's only for the Nords, and you're like, oh,
Yeah. I mean, he's.
that's dangerous. I already killed.
if
I already
like-
killed the Empire too, so it's a little late now.
If like if the high elves, if like or like say
No, it's the dark elves. The dark elves. Those are the problem.
well, what I'm saying is like say if the Imperial say like if General Tullius was not trying to,
I just imagine the high elves are all just junkies.
That's badass.
High elves.
That's badass.
Yeah.
They're just fucking. What are they? Just
They're in a
listening to,
trap
like,
house.
Just listening to fucking Jimi Hendrix and stuff. They're just
Just air guitar in the fuck, air guitar.
Some guy tweaking.
Some guy's high
Damn
on
high elves.
someone's high on skooma to the point it's leaking out of his eyes, and it's like just kill this guy.
And that's how you become a Falmer. You get too
they
high.
did use skooma, I think, right? Didn't they skooma themselves out? Or they ate the mushrooms. They were gonna eat the mushrooms, and they became blinded creatures.
Something like that. Yeah, that's cool.
How are you supposed to not hate Falmer? Like, how do they want you to like?
What do you mean?
Because you're supposed to feel bad. Did you play the DLC for Skyrim?
No.
Oh, well, you don't count.
No.
You don't count. So,
I played Skyrim when it was first out.
well,
And never really
You
again.
missed out on a lot of good stuff. You
I
didn't
played
do
like
Dawnguard?
what?
You didn't
No,
do Dawnguard and stuff.
no. I mean, I played it originally, and then I played the original Skyrim, and then like I got my fill of it, and then I went back and I kind of every time I would come back to it, I would always feel like, well, this isn't the canon playthrough. You know what I mean? I had my canon experience with it, so like everything else, I'm just kind of like I'm not even really curious about what the rest of the game is.
You missed out. Well, that's. I mean, like, hey, dude, you already had your playthrough. You had your fun. You know?
I think
Yeah.
once a month I get the urge to play it again.
I do, but I never finish it. You know what I mean? I never play through the entirety of Skyrim again.
Right.
I usually just jump in, kill a bunch of things, you know, explore a bit, and then eventually I just
My
peter off.
problem's a little opposite because I played it late, so I played it with everything. So I don't really want to go back and play it anymore. I've already done most of it.
Sure. I just like being in that. I just like being in that world. It just feels.
It's
It's a good world.
Yeah.
It's a good world.
Yeah.
The vibe of that place is immaculate.
Yeah.
I like that you get to.
Speaking of great names, Skyrim is fucking sick.
Skyrim is a great name.
Skyrim.
It's probably the best name out of all those fucking countries or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of the other ones are cute. You know what I mean? It's like Elsewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like that's cute.
I guess Hammerfell's kind of cool.
Hammerfell's it sounds like an accident though.
Morrowind.
You know?
I think Morrowind.
Something out of Hammerfell.
I think all of those sound cool
Morrowind's
actually.
fun.
Todd Howard is.
Oh,
I dropped this hammer.
I dropped this hammer.
Get the notebook. Get the notebook.
Yeah, I guess
There's a lot of cool names. Like there's Neverwinter. That's places. That's just a cool name.
Yeah,
Neverwinter's
yeah.
okay.
There's,
but that
there's-
also just sounds like a truth somewhere.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
There's Candlekeep.
You're not really selling me on
I like
this.
the Candlekeep. I think that's a cool place.
Candlekeep?
I
Sounds like a
don't-
like
store.
it.
I don't care about candles, man.
Sounds like
I don't care
fucking
about
Yankee
candles.
Candle. It sounds like the world market.
Unless you put them up your ass and light them.
Baldur's Gate's another cool one.
Baldur's
cool
Gate
name.
is
But you
Yeah,
need more
but that's-
you need more
yeah,
context for it to be cool.
Yeah, if you
'cause
don't
of the
know,
god-
if you don't know Baldur is, then I don't
then
give a
it's
fuck
fun,
about
but
no
it-
Baldur's
But if you
Gate.
know Baldur's like, oh, that's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah.
And then there's like, I don't know. There's a bunch of other cool names.
I'm glad that they like.
I think Skyrim is uniquely cool though.
They,
I
I think Skyrim's kind of silly because the rim part just means like
No.
you're just giving
Get the
somebody
fuck
rim in
outta
the air,
here, dude.
in the sky. But like I also understand that that's a cool idea. Like I get it.
You think like a sex move, like somebody suspended in air?
He's holding something.
Skyrim.
And the person is like,
That person's going crazy, man. It's way better than if you're on the ground. It's just way better.
Is the blood flow. It's the blood flow. It's the blood flow. It's better really.
So stupid.
There's plenty of cool names. It's like there's
Yeah, I mean, fair. They're a cool name, but I do Skyrim. Just I don't know. It's just really appealing. Sounds really appealing.
Yeah. Destiny, a lot of video game weapons have great names.
Weapons in general have the coolest names. I think that's the point of weapons.
I think Excalibur is fucking dope, actually. Like
That's-
it's old school. Obviously, it's like very standard, but like the phonetics of Excalibur is fucking sick.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a bunch of like Game of Thrones is full of cool named weapons.
Yeah,
Like, freaking Widow's Wail. That's such a fucking cool name because like Kill Husbands is so good. It's like, oh man, that's really good.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
the Oath Keeper. There's
me,
Blackfire.
There's
There's
Tyrion's pee-pee.
Tyrion's penis, and it's bigger than you think it would be.
Tyrion's
it's always bigger.
Pee-pee? Yeah. What do you mean? Is that classic weapon that he's always wielding?
There's ice.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
There's ice. That's a cool fucking name for a sword.
ISIS?
Ice.
ISIS.
Oh.
It's named Ice.
What about?
I mean, those are both
What about
not
Arya's
ideal.
bitch ass sword?
Needle?
Yeah. What
Needle?
a dumb fucking. I
don't think that's- I don't
want to
think that's-
slap her in the fucking face.
That's
dude.
a silly name, but it's like whatever.
She's like, she gets this little cute ass fucking like little rapier kind of thing. Needle. And I'm like, oh, it's like calling my mom. We had a black cat. Oh, call it Panther. And I'm like, oh, Well, so clever, Mom.
Whoa.
Super. I was like, hey, let's
like
call
the-
it confetti. Let's call it confetti. It'll be sick.
It's a stupid ass name
They
too,
call it
but that's
Fetty
cute.
for fucking short.
That's cute. That's a cute. name.
Confetti's a great name.
It's a fucking good name.
Confetti's a great name
and she
for a
was like,
cat.
no, Panther.
This cat's name is Negro, and you're gonna call it Negro, right?
I'm just like,
You're like, mother, I don't think you
call
understand
it
how.
anything other than Panther. That's too easy. It's like, I feel like if you meet anybody and you tell them my black cat's named Panther, they immediately think less of you.
They would kill the cat, I think.
They rush and they grab the cat. The cat's.
That is they pull the head off.
But there's way more. That's like not enough give you. Like, oh, this is a cat, and you're like, whoa. I'm like, what's happening? And the cat still has the integrity still.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's probably
What's John Sword's name again?
John Sword? I forgot. I completely
Long
forgot.
Claw.
Long Claw?
Yeah.
That's kind of gay.
Longclaw's okay.
It was better when it was a bear, but when they made it a wolf, Long Claw feels a little lamer. But
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as like a character, or like even is it specifically like a character?
It's just
or
anything
like
from anything with a
from-
name from fiction or media that just fucking sounds sick, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool. I don't know why. I like the world just because of the implication. The first world that was colonized in Mass Effect is called Eden Prime, and just because like if you you get the implication of both names together, and I've always liked that. I was like, that sounds cool. That sounds clever. Way better than scientists usually do when they're naming shit. Because they'll have like the placeholder names that it's just a bunch of numbers and stuff. But then it's like, I want to make it more personal. It's gay as fuck.
and
You know
then
what's
some
crazy
dude's
about
name,
Mass
some
Effect?
guy's name.
You know what's crazy about Mass Effect is I genuinely think like if that ship wasn't called the Normandy,
Yeah.
I would like it maybe like
A little more?
10-15% less.
Oh, okay.
Like the game. Like
Really?
there's something about the name the Normandy.
yeah,
that
I don't know
it
the
feels-
significance of that.
I just think it's like it just sounds very official. It sounds like I'm really in charge of something.
Yeah.
Where if it was called like, I don't know, Dawnblade or something. You know what I
Dawnblade,
mean? I'd be
yeah.
like, it kind of sounds like that sounds like it's trying too hard. Normandy sounds real.
Yeah.
It sounds like this is the name of a real ship.
Yeah.
And I'm a real ass captain.
Yeah,
This
Mass
is
Effect's
mine.
got some good stuff in there when I think about it. Some of their guns, like they had this little submachine gun called the Tempest.
Oh yeah, the
This
Tempest.
Cool
yeah.
name. The Revenant, which was that
The shotgun?
that
Was it the shotgun?
fucking no. That was that big when you first go on that derelict ship, you know, and then they're playing they're pretending like it's empty, and then they try to trap you. So
Yeah.
the first time you go there, you get the Revenant. It's just like an assault rifle.
Whoa.
That's really powerful, but the spread is ridiculously stupid. So it's like all over the place, but it's really powerful. So I always use it anyway. I like the Revenant. That sounds sick as fuck. Isn't that fucking movie where the Leo gets
attacked.
raped by the bear?
I was waiting for you to say raped by the
I thought
bear.
they say the tree N word. That's when I first heard of that, and I was like, oh, I never knew about this one. This is brand new.
Oh, the tree inward. Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's-
part was just unnecessary, but I love that. I love that they added it for some reason for authenticity because it was just.
I never knew that. That's what some people called them. I didn't. know that
I've
either.
never heard that in my life once.
And that's strange, isn't it?
and I thought I would have heard that somewhere.
like you hear sand inward all the time, so it's like okay, but
It just feels so much more meaner than the N word in general.
savage. What else?
Half savage is my favorite.
Half-
That's my favorite one.
Half savages. That's so stupid.
It's just mean. It's just like not.
I don't really know that many Native
Half
American.
you're havage of a savage.
Yeah. I don't know very many Native American slurs actually. Come to think of it.
Well,
I don't know any of the ones for like the basic U.S. ones
Yeah, I mean,
because the island ones are just completely different. They just call them coolies, and that's fucking so much more disrespectful.
I guess that's
that's so much more disrespectful.
that's universal though. I know, like that's it's used all over the world, like a coolie.
It was used for the proper Indians, and they call people in a completely different part of the world that. It's like, sure, dude. Okay.
That's pretty. Isn't that great?
It's I love good old Europe.
Good old Europe.
okay.
Good old Europe will return after these messages.
Here's an interesting one. Blonde, blue-eyed German man taking Alex Jones, sloppy, and then it cuts off because the name's too long.
Sick.
Says, hey, little boy, big man, and big little man. I wanted to say that you guys are a bit too nice to Hassan, in my opinion. Disregarding how people feel about his politics, I just think it's wild that he is not absolutely hated in left-wing circles because of his treatment of women. From being a pickup artist, I don't really remember that. Oh yeah, those old pickup artist videos. I forgot about those.
Oh, I didn't know.
From being a pickup artist, telling people to separate women from their friends in order to manipulate them into sleeping with you, and making guides on how to specifically target college freshmen for sex on the Young Turks, to frequently visiting brothels and taking advantage of low-income women, while claiming he is a feminist who cares about consent, as well as calling the police on his ex-girlfriend because he was jealous. I don't know what any of this shit is. I think he should ideally use his on-the-ground journalism to inspect the remaining nuclear facilities in Iran. Do you agree?
That's funny. My whole thing is, especially one of the biggest things that I don't appreciate in, as far as being like a person, is if somebody is shown that like I would say, actions speak louder than words, a very obvious thing. If people have shown growth, like if somebody's done dumb shit like that, like I wasn't aware of his pickup artistry, because remember I was saying that I thought he was just an angry retard that played games and rage quit and stuff.
Right.
And then it took a while for me to figure out more about him. And he's like, oh, he's mainly a political streamer. And also some of his takes aren't nearly as bad as I thought because of just listening to him talk for a long time. So that was like my evolution. I never went as far back to knowing I had no idea he was a pickup artist. I'm actually a little bit curious to see funny clips.
They're
of
really
him.
funny. Like I see them circulating every now and again, where it's just like
Is this pre-Young Turk stuff?
It's
This definitely has.
it's maybe just pre or around the same time, where he was just like very much like early, like alpha kind of like.
I mean, he is a dude.
Frat. He was a frat guy basically.
Yeah.
And they're cringe videos.
Yeah,
like 100%.
That actually intrigues me a little bit. I want to see that.
Yeah, you should watch it.
That sounds funny.
They are pretty funny.
But my thing is like, say, I remember a long time ago, I remember seeing some people on the left making fun of somebody for used to be a 9/11 truther. Used to, keyword.
Right.
And I'm like, well, they're not anymore. So what is you can say, if you want to laugh amongst each other and be like, oh, that's funny. But to try to use that as a point against them when they've already shown growth and they don't believe in that dumb shit anymore, I kind of don't really have anything to say. Where there's better examples of like, say, for example, if Hassan was like, oh, Bernie's great, and then he's like, Trump's great, and then he flips to Bernie again, I'd be like, nah, fuck off. Like at that point, I'd be like, no, because that wasn't a genuine growth thing. You can't fucking be like Joe Rogan and be authentic, right?
People don't want growth. People want vindication. That's the thing. People want to be vindicated in their beliefs, like, oh, you suck, and you have sucked, and you will suck.
There is that.
That's
okay,
the big
I guess
thing.
in that. Okay. From my point of view, since I don't care about that, I understand other people do, so I'm not saying that you shouldn't.
I think that's stupid. I agree with you. I think it's very dumb.
I think in certain aspects, I don't want to completely poo-poo that, because when I say I don't like something, I'm not just saying like across the board that I think it's bad, because I think vindication in some ways. Like there were people that caught wind of like say the alt-right. They sniffed it out immediately when some of those people were being like, oh no, we're just the alternative right. That's what we're called, the alt-right. We're not racist. Like they would lie. But there's people that are like, no, I know exactly what you guys are doing. They called it out. And I'm like, those people were vindicated. I don't mind them being vindicated, because that's even something I'm like, oh wow, you guys saw it way before, say, like myself. I didn't know about this weird culture of lying and 4chan and all this shit. Anyway, long story short, I said it again. But yeah, Hassan, look, man, the pickup artist stuff. Say if he still believes women are lesser than now, then it'd be like, holy shit, I had no idea. And as far as the brothel stuff goes, I don't really, because it's not like I only know one thing when they talked about the brothel thing, and it was in Europe. I think it was in the Netherlands or something. And in a place where if I remember correctly, it was taken seriously. It was like a actual, like they have work. It's not like how it is in America.
Sure.
So I don't know. I would need to know more about that stuff, but I'm glad he brought it up, because I had no idea. He's that's crazy.
Yeah, you should watch it.
I had no idea.
It's why like I've just kind of maintained a very much like I just kind of don't like the guy. But like I don't care really enough. He doesn't inspire hatred in me or really anything. I'm very, very I treat him like anybody else. Like it's just like, all right, sometimes you say things I agree with them. Sometimes I think you're a dick.
Yes.
And annoying. And that's fine. I don't.
That's my brain set to him too. It's like, look, he's clearly a fucking dude, bro. That's like good looking. That comes from money. And like he clearly probably had that mentality. Like you could see it on him still, even though he's like better than he was than before. You still look at him.
He's getting older. I don't think he's how old is he? I don't even think
he's 30, probably 33, 34.
Yeah, he's still, to me, I'm like, he's still relatively young. I've shown since I've done YouTube, now for almost 10 years or something like that. I've grown in certain aspects. I haven't changed very much, but there are some things that like, oh, I got this wrong. My misogynistic tendencies are all jokes. I don't actually give a fuck about any of that stuff. So I'll never change on that.
Yeah, you're the opposite of him.
Yeah, I'm just being stupid, like I don't actually give a fuck. But and sir, you may not have caught this, to the person with the question, you may not have caught this episode, but there was one time I was saying that it sucks that the most popular people on the left are like the worst representation. Like say Hassan, fucking Vosh, Destiny, all of those people are horrible ambassadors to what the internet culture of what like politics could be. And it would be
for left-leaning representation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dean Withers is another one too, where I'm just like,
yeah, it's just the people that
He's
are
just a bit annoying. That's it.
It's a problem. He's arrogant. He's annoying.
He
He kind of he's a little bit. He's getting too much clout towards like it's kind of getting to him. You know what I mean? And I don't like that. I watched some of his clips on TikTok and they were kind of insufferable. I'm seeing people like him prop up too. The algorithm is rewarding people. Dean Withers, basically people's first and last names, and they're dressing a certain way. They look they almost look like conservatives almost because they're so clean.
yeah.
But it's like the algorithm's kind of propping those people. They're getting massive amounts of views. I'm talking about like hundreds of thousands, almost 1 million views, and it's the worst content you ever see.
It's not
like it's
You
just
take your
as,
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start.
You
doing
could. So
I'm
if
gonna
you
rebrand. I'm gonna be Christopher Ray.
it's
And then, that'll be
put Chris Ray.
yeah.
That will, and then just you're shaved, you're good. Put a blazer on.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, if you
Blazer.
put a blazer on,
It's over.
get picked up in the algorithm. I'm not even joking, people.
I think you're right.
I've been seeing this
it
pop
works,
up on my.
the other way around. Like I forgot the guy from the Grits and Eggs podcast. I forgot his name.
I don't even know what that
He's a light skinned black guy that talks about like just in general on progressive politics. And he looks like a nigga. Like he looks like a nigga in the most.
I think I know who you're talking
in
about.
extreme sense. But then he talks to. He's a fucking Bay Area dude. He has a like Bay Area accent. He talks about. He's talking about like progressive politics.
I think I know exactly
in
what
the
you're
most
talking about.
fundamental way. And you're like, oh shit, we need people.
I think he's
like
another
him.
person where it's just his name too. It's a weird thing that I started to observe that I'm like I wanted to test the theory out.
I know what the
I was
podcast.
like, oh,
I don't know his exact.
put a
name.
blazer on. I don't. I think I know who you're talking about though. I think he might have been. I've seen him interview a lot of people that were tied with the Young Turks, because there's people that left the Young Turks.
Him really?
I never saw an interview of his, but that'd be
I have
interesting.
to. I'm assuming we're talking about. We could be talking about someone different, but yeah.
I can show you a
whatever.
picture
Though.
of him.
Thanks for writing in, sir. I'm excited to see. What, dude? Pickup artist thing
I
doesn't
can find
make
one
any
right now.
sense to me.
I want to get your. your
please.
instant feedback or your
Please.
instant reaction.
What's that?
Some of them
fucking
are fucking mega.
Carl Jobst. Did you see his bullshit?
Carl Jobst? No,
Jobst
no, no,
or
no.
whatever?
What? I barely even know who that is. To be
Right,
honest.
he's the speed running guy that recently got. So he was working with Mudahar, right, to expose.
Oh, didn't he get sued or something?
Yeah, so he got sued by. Oh no, never mind.
This
It's
fool.
not the same guy.
Watch this podcast, bro. It'll be like a breath of fresh air.
Send me. You got to send me like a link or something because I'm gonna forget.
Breath of fresh air.
But Carl Jobst, you remember the
Yeah, I know he is.
So the completionist, Gerard or whatever. So Billy Mitchell, we talked about it on the podcast. So after all that stuff went down and Billy Mitchell successfully sued, right, and Carl Jobs or Jobs owes him a bunch of money, people started digging into Carl because they realized that he's kind of sucks. That he kind of misled a lot of people about what the whole lawsuit was about. He claims he didn't mislead, but he did. There's no way around it. Long story, I can't help but say that. He was a pickup artist. He started off being a pickup artist, and I'm like, what the fuck is? That content is so stupid to me. I don't.
You know
understand.
why
I
it's
know.
not
Wait,
true
hold
for
on.
you? You know why it's true for you?
Wait.
Huh?
I found. I don't know if this is. It's kind of hard to find actually, but
Oh, you probably
This
scrubbed it.
girl, it finally leads to hooking up, and you're bold enough to grab an ass cheek and then maybe even get some hand play downstairs. What is the next move? You need to get out of there, and you need to get out of there fast. Hopefully with the girl. So you have to use these 5 magic words. Let's get out of here. You might think, wait a minute, there's no way this is gonna work. Yes, it does. Let's get out of here. It's time to get out of there, and it's time to separate her from her herd, meaning her crowd of girlfriends that are going to do their best to cock block you because they're fat and lonely. If let's get out of here,
I don't even think like
Was he on like MTV or something? What the fuck was that?
It was just, I don't know. I don't know the context of it. I just think it's funny. I don't particularly care.
Brother.
and that never makes sense to me because that's just being young and stupid. Like that's so far from like such like.
I'm sorry.
There are so many
there are
more
worse
problematic
there are worse-
mentalities to have than that.
No, hold on, wait. I understand. I know what you're saying, but like, it's also an extended charity that you wouldn't give to other people.
No, I would. No. I would,
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like, it's only fair to be like, oh yeah, it's kind of cringe.
It is.
You know.
It is cringe and it's undoubtedly
it's
cringe.
funny.
But I think fundamentally, it's like people like.
I think it's
I
funny.
understand he did that, and that's a
funny.
dumb dude, bro, shit, and whatever. But like to hate him, to focus hate on him. Meanwhile,
Why? No. I hate that argument.
I think that argument has to be stated
I don't know, man.
because there's real villainy. Like it's like
Sure,
people,
but like-
okay, look, time out. Same thing about you. When people are aiming all that racist dumb shit at you, it's like Chris may be stupid and not aware of certain things when he says stuff, but there are real villains out there. They're like, fuck
Right.
this guy, and it's like.
Sure, but it's kind of making the argument where it's like there's always something worse going on, so why focus on me is kind of the issue that I have.
Well,
with it.
if there's
You know what I mean?
there's lines, there's degrees. You
Sure.
know? There's
Yeah,
degrees.
I would only say that. So since I don't
Like,
since,
that's stupid
since I
as
don't know
fuck.
since I don't know this guy, if I saw that he was like say doing what Ethan Klein was doing, crusading about Hassan and not paying attention to the absolute horrific people that are surrounding MAGA and stuff like that, then I'd be like, yeah, I completely agree with you. If I see somebody consistently, like I follow some people that are consistently shitting on like the worst people in politics, but then they'll also take swipes at Hassan for saying something stupid. I'm like, I have no problem with that. I have no problem because they're being consistent. They're focusing more on attention on the worst stuff, but then they also have a little bit of time to shit on some other people. I don't have any problem with that at all.
Also, granted, like the big thing comes from Hassan being mature enough to be like, yeah, that was dumb.
If that's the thing,
Yeah,
like,
that was
if the
dumb.
growth,
I did that.
It
That
is
was stupid.
the only problem that because like there's technically not even it's if he because like look if you've ever picked up somebody at a bar, you may not have used that exact words, let's get out of here, but there's always been some type of conversation like that, like, hey, you want to go here, or hey, you want, there's been something. That to me, that's normal. It is making content. Being a pickup artist is fucking crazy.
It is.
that's what's crazy.
It is weird. It's
Like,
wild.
It's also
I think everybody said, "Let's get out of here."
yeah. Like if
But,
you,
like,
if
I
you
mean,
didn't use
but-
that exact
but to
phrase,
then
you said
be-
something similar.
Yeah, but then to be like, wait, I have something here.
Yeah, I gotta listen
That's
to me.
my favorite-
I have the key.
That's my favorite part
I
of,
can
of pickup
teach.
artist content is the idea, like reverse engineering it back to not just from the first episode or the first video that they do, but thinking about like what it took for them to get to the point where they even decided that they wanted to do that in the first place.
It's their
Yeah.
boys.
Like,
Like,
being
like,
like-
dude,
like-
you get so much slash, man. You should do a YouTube channel about getting slashed. And it's like
You're
slash.
you're so right.
You're like at the bar, like, what the dude? You're so fucking right, dude. While I'm
never-
texting 7 women and getting no responses, you're
You know what's so crazy? Because I've had the opposite thoughts of not trying to get pussy, but actually try to like. I started noticing before there was the waves of articles of the male loneliness epidemic. I really started to notice, it was during the pandemic. I started to notice a lot of people were asking me a lot of things, especially when they saw that I was JoJo and then I got married and stuff. So then a lot of people were asking me for advice constantly, and I thought I would do AMA. And then a significant of it would be about relationship advice. Even somebody I knew personally, I'm like, I can't believe you're fucking asking me this. My first best friend asked me something, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? So instead of being like, here's how to get pussy, bro, it was, I never launched it, but I have art for it and everything. It was called the Lonely Hearts Club. It was going to be a segment.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I was going to focus on just trying to help these dudes out that are, so they don't have to go to Andrew Tate or the fucking Hassan type that shit.
this is particular.
Yeah.
They're not going to get any fucking good advice from listening to that
The
shit,
particular
man.
problem is that we are also well beyond that age or mentality to have that. Like we are like that stuff will never work on us, particularly because we're well beyond that.
Yeah.
We're all beyond the point of like, how do you talk to girls? It's like, bro, I done put my fucking reps in years and years ago, and then by now I just talk to people. I'm gonna talk to them, or like I'm with a person for years, so it doesn't really matter. But so I understand why, like, I understand why it exists for young people. But at the same time, it's just like it's going to be organic, but clearly not anymore. It doesn't work the same way it used to anymore. So
here's the thing: the most unfortunate reality that all these dudes need to understand is that it is supposed to be natural and organic. If you are even asking the question of how to talk, you're already kind of fucked. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Also,
you're at a major disadvantage because it's just like, as anybody like us will tell you, it is like talking to anybody else. Have a conversation with them. Don't try to fuck them. Be their fucking friend.
The biggest thing also is
you talk to them.
You're not owed that. That's the biggest problem that a lot of young men have is you're not owed
right.
woman's
you're
affection.
You're not owed to fuck your friend.
Exactly.
So it's like
you're not
talk to them as they are a friend, a person that you actually want to hang out with and you like hanging out with them. If you're interested in them. If it's a bar and you're just trying to get pussy, that's different. If that is your lane that you want. Okay, I don't have that type of information. Maybe you do want to talk to Hassan. Yeah. But still.
Talk to 2012 Hassan right now.
Right, right now.
Hassan? No way. He was that old.
Something like that.
It's probably like.
Really? That's so long. Really? How old is he? 2012?
I don't fucking
He's like 21 now.
That was college.
So he was probably at early college, like, oh, I'm getting pussy, bro.
Then that's even less so. That's just
I bet
kid
Jank
shit.
put him up to that. I swear to God, dude.
Yeah, but I do think I don't know.
You think Jank put him up to it?
Who?
Jank made him do it.
Jank was like, "Hey, man, you get a lot of pussy, bro. You ever think about profiting off of that shit?"
Does Hassan get pussy?
Of course.
So we had him do a show for us, right? And then we paid him like whatever, like piece of garbage money.
Is that what did the background look like in that video?
A house.
Let me see.
Was it just like a regular?
It looked. It wasn't like a.
Because I remember seeing him where
it was indiscernible
in a
wasn't a
completely
setup.
like white background around the Young Turks era. I was like, I wanted.
No, it was like a cigar lounge or something.
God.
Like a library.
Oh my God, so gay. That's fucking hilarious. Look, man, I can proudly say I've never done anything that cringe. Like, you know, people can
cringe.
say what I do, the parodies or something. They could say that's all, but not like taking myself seriously and being like, I'm gonna teach you how to get women. Like,
I've never taken myself
dude.
seriously, but fuck, I've been cringe.
That's what I mean.
Holy shit.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel like
just
that's
serious.
way being so try hard and thinking that you're important is the worst shit. Like, I like people, even people who are usually like, I understand that I'm a really important person. They're not usually being like, I'm so important. Look, I'm gonna give you the. You're gonna love this advice.
I'm gonna give you gonorrhea and you're gonna like it.
You're gonna like. It's like,
Because
hey,
I'm
fuck
important.
off,
It's important gonorrhea.
nobody wants to hear that. Even when you're the greatest ever, usually people don't want to hear it, right? They don't want to hear that shit. Like I know
People hate it.
I know you're great. We know you're great. We don't need it reinforced.
Some people hate fucking whatchamacallit.
Like, I know I get pussy. I'm 6. He's
People
like
hate-
6. What is he like 6'5" or something? Of course he gets
Michael.
fucking pussy.
People hate Michael Jordan. They were like, he was like, I was the best.
Well, yeah.
I was the best, and he was the best at the time.
That's
for
the thing.
sure. That's the thing. He
can talk shit, but still, you don't really
It's like Floyd
it.
Mayweather. People hate Floyd Mayweather, and it's like you can't beat him.
Well, especially
though.
because he's elusive. Like, he was like, you couldn't get him. Like, that frustrating shit.
Dude, it was so funny watching him box because people would be like, he's not even. I don't even think he's like. I'm around a lot of Mexican people, and a lot of Mexican people have this belief that Canelo Alvarez was even remotely close to Floyd Mayweather. And it's like, no, he fought Floyd way after his prime, and Floyd beat his ass. And Canelo did not want to fight him again because he got beat up by an old dude. And he was like, oh, no mas.
Yeah. Oh, no mas.
No mas.
No mas.
But here's also another talent, though.
Hello.
Canelo Alvarez is an amazing
My name
boxer.
is Canelo Alvarez. Hello. I like his voice.
Canelo, like the oil that you fry
Yes, I am
stuff with?
Canelo Oya Alvarez.
He's also fucking huge talent
Hello.
himself as well.
Hello, I am Canelo. You
hello.
ever heard him talk?
It's
Cannoli?
Mexican speaking
Hey,
English, bro.
hello, what's going on?
It's I was
I was like, why is your voice so
Are you
high?
cannoli?
I'm Canoli Alvarez. I'm
It's Mexican
a hybrid
speaking
of
English,
Olo. It's not a Mexican. I have no. He just has a high voice.
Well, a lot of Mexican people with like that are like primarily like they grew up there speaking Spanish only. When they speak English, they just sound fucking hilarious. More so than like other Latinos I've ran into in my life. And I'm like, why do you guys sound so
I guess.
insane?
Maybe, I don't know. I just to me I just love seeing some people that are like, man, you're the best in the world. What do you have to say for yourself? Hey, And it's me, Tyson, and they're like,
I'm
God
Mike Tyson.
damn.
I could kill several people with 2 punches.
Hey, I'm Mike Tyson. I raped and everyone still loves me. I went to jail.
I can't stop raping.
I
went to jail for rape and everyone still loves me.
I went to jail for rape, and then I talked to my wife about it publicly. Actually, publicly. Actually,
Can't take my plate of steamed ears.
Steamed ears.
She forgave me live.
Bro, did you hear about his daughter getting fucking hanged on a fucking a treadmill?
Oh, the one that died?
Yeah,
the
she was on a
young one?
treadmill, and I
Yeah.
think like maybe one of the cords that like or something happened. She got
young
hanged on
daughter,
a
yeah.
treadmill, dude.
What?
Yeah.
His young daughter. It's
She was like
sad
9
as
or
fuck.
something.
Yeah,
It
she's a
was
kid.
Crazy.
It was a while ago. It was a long time ago.
That was a long time. Maybe she was in 9 or maybe it was in 2009.
I had
can't
no
remember.
idea that this
But
happened.
I
It
remember
wasn't
that a
09.
9 is a significant.
It wasn't 09. I know that
I
for
think
sure.
the daughter was 9.
She was a
or something.
kid.
Oddly enough, I just saw him
On a treadmill?
a treadmill. Like there was like a freak accident. Like, and I don't know if it was like which makes no sense.
Something
Look,
happened.
if it was
Something
there's a pull cord for usually some treadmills. They have a pull cord for the
Sure.
emergency. It's supposed to be in the emergency thing. You pull it to have it
stop
stop.
it, yeah.
And I'm like, was it that thing? Did somehow it like got wrapped around her?
He talked about it when he was making his media comeback after he assaulted his wife, and then he came back, and then they had that fucking live interview. And it's like, this just seems crazy to have these people in the
what's up,
place
baby?
publicly together.
It's like that R. Kelly live
afterwards.
interview that I remember.
Oh, that shit was great.
That was amazing.
That shit was great, man. Y'all killing me, man. I was like,
Y'all killing me.
Are you stupid?
Good.
Was that what he said? He said,
good.
"You guys think I'm dumb?" And it's like, yes, Robert.
I don't
Yes.
remember.
Yes, Robert Kells. Yes, we do.
Yes, Robert Kells.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Esoteric Order of Unemployed Diddlers wrote in. He says, "Hey, Dennis, played by Chris, Mac played by Derek, and Charlie played by Kingston."
It'd be interesting.
I'm played by Mac.
You're
playing
Mac.
Oh, I'm playing Mac. What the fuck? Why'd I say that?
I don't think you have Mac energy at all. No, actually, no. Yeah, more so than any of us.
maybe.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably think I'm in the closet. So I think
true.
that works.
That's true. Mag being gay is such a part of his character I forget sometimes.
Yeah.
I forget there's a character there.
I kind of like that
it's
he's
just him.
I don't like that he's out now. But I get it's been so many years. Like how long could you stretch that joke?
I hope he goes back in.
It would be great
It would be fun.
because he did for a second. Because
Yeah.
there was a moment where he like admitted it, and then as soon as he admitted it afterwards, he went right back in the
He's like,
closet.
he's like, God's not real because I can't be gay possibly. God only created gay me. And it's like,
Anyway, he writes in. He says, "What do you think is the most cursed or what is it? Snake bitten sports franchise? Snake bitten? Is that a turn of phrase?
like just
I
like
guess
cursed,
so,
like
yeah.
cursed.
I've never heard that phrase. I guess
Me neither, but
What do you think is the most cursed or snake bitten sports franchise out of any team in the big four sports leagues: NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL?"
Ooh, that's a good question.
well, the
for
most
me.
cursed is clearly the Pats.
No,
When it comes to the Giants, it's just they can't win. Like it's like magical.
the Pats. What are you saying?
The Patriots.
They're cursed.
Well, they're cursed, and like the most like magical thing that appears is like as soon as the Pats do great, don't lose a game, they go up against the Giants and they just lose.
Well, they're not cursed. They've won the most.
They still have won the most, but it's like the idea of like the most like magic intervenes at this moment. They'll run through everybody else as soon as this fight. It's like over.
I need you to pick a better example than an extremely winning franchise.
That's true, I guess. All right, what is the most cursed team ever I can think of in any sport? A team that just can't get the job done no matter what.
Yeah, like somebody I would say like right now in the NBA, the Pacers, they get so close. Right now, I would say because like say Reggie Miller, I'm gonna go with the Pacers because Reggie Miller never won a championship. And the one year where it seemed like this is the last chance, his fucking starting lineup was perfect. They were killing everyone. And then Malice at the Palace happened. They're playing at the fucking Palace. The cup gets thrown at Ron Artest. He goes in the stands. Fucking
freaks
Jermaine
out.
O'Neal goes. Steven Jackson goes. They all start fighting the fans. They're fucking suspended for 1 billion years. Like basically that whole season got fucked. And that was their last true chance. And then they finally got back against all odds.
Holy shit, that was
And
that
then-
long ago. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and then all odds, they finally get back to the finals. They didn't get to the finals that year. They were at the finals before, but they would get beaten by like the Lakers or they get beaten by the Bulls because obviously, so they got to the finals this year. Their game 7, Halliburton's on fire. 3 3-pointers in the first quarter, looking like he's gonna have a fucking hella great game. but then his fucking Achilles ruptures, and you saw it in real time. Snap, and he's pounding and then of course that killed everybody's momentum. Obi Top and all of them were like, "Fuck." TJ McCall had tried to carry them, they just couldn't handle it, and it's like, damn. What if Hallie was on it? Maybe they would have won one. But
I mean, the reason why
that's the curse right there.
That's
like,
true.
It literally looked like, oh my god, they have a chance, and then his fucking Achilles snapped.
Dude, that's so unfortunate.
So
I
feel like the Pacers are never gonna win. I think they're never gonna. I think we're gonna, like, the NBA is gonna collapse somehow. Every city that owns a team is just gonna like collapse for some reason. Right before Indiana's about to win. Like, say, like, oh my God, all they have to do is dribble out. There's only seconds left, and then there's just going to be a major earthquake that's going to sink every city. And then that's it. Because God hates Indiana.
God bless.
Shout out to my friends from Indiana, dude.
Yeah. I have no answer to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's unfortunate.
I would have said the Raiders. You know, that was my team.
I know the Jets are. I know the Jets are cursed based on people that I know who are Jets fans.
That's good. Yeah,
but I know jack fuck about why.
The Jets were like good at 09. Remember being good in 09.
They've had good years, and then like same.
And then
thing.
Michael Jackson died.
The Bengals were one of those teams that
true.
were trash for so long, and then they got really good. And
they got
just
what's his
never
name?
Get over.
Freaking the black dude, they did the Kardashian for a bit, and then he left, and they were like, well,
T.O.
Yeah. Had Owens. He was a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Never went anywhere though, unfortunately, because he dated a Kardashian. His skill got usurped.
You can't. So that's a curse, though.
Still got usurped.
That literally is a curse.
The only one that made it sort of unscathed was what you call it was
Kanye.
I don't know who.
Travis to a degree made it.
Oh, because he's still with one, isn't he?
No, he just had a kid for one. He did.
Travis Scott.
And he's psyching. Oh, Travis Kelce? Was he?
Who are you thinking of? I was thinking of the drummer for. Oh, he's with not a Kardashian. He's
he's with a Kardashian proper.
Oh, the drummer.
Yeah,
what's his name? Travis Barker. Barker.
Yeah,
Travis Barker, the drummer of Blink-182, is with a Kardashian still. I think.
Yeah.
I guess he's the only one, but I think because his curse it already lifted because he survived a plane crash. So.
But he only survived it so he could suffer more.
Yeah, no, but see, like
this
that
curse.
He would have, if he was dating the Kardashians before the plane crash, that would have killed him.
That would have been too much.
But yeah,
it would have been too much. His bad luck meter would have filled the 100. He would have disappeared.
The curse didn't get him. Mr. Final, like, kind of messed up.
Mr. Final.
He's like, oh shit, I missed him.
The villain of Final Destination, of course, as we've established. Mr.
Frederick
Final.
Frederick
Final.
Frederick Final missed him, but he got DJ AM though. He got that nigga. He killed. Well, he's not a nigga, but you know what I mean. He got him. He killed him. I had to differentiate because I say DJ AM, and some people are going to be like probably just assuming, oh, it's a brother. And I'm like, no, that's white as shit. He had to go.
You see this video of the guy hugging his camel?
What do you mean?
I mean, there's a video of a guy that I saw.
I'm sorry.
On social media the other day.
What is the significance of that?
So he's dead. The camel's dead, and he's hugging it and he's crying. He's like, whoa.
So it would have been better to say some guy hugging his dead camel instead of some guy just hugging his camel.
I was just telling the story
because that's such a okay. Yeah, continue. Sorry, my bad.
And I was like, but it's weird because like the video is so close up that you only see the camel's head, and camels have weird patterns on them. They're very weird looking. So I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought it was like AI or something. Because it's just like I don't know what the fuck I'm seeing it because you couldn't tell like what angle the head was or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I look in the comments and it's just like a bunch of people laughing at this dude whose pet camel died.
They're laughing at him.
They're laughing at him. And then there's also a bunch of people being like, "You guys are so fucking insensitive. You know, camels live for 50 years." And I was like, "Camels live for 50 years? What the fuck? That's kind of insane." But anyway, he's dead. That camel.
It's unfortunate, man.
What do you think happened to him?
I think he cameled himself out, man.
He just cameled out.
He just cameled out.
Too many cigarettes.
Damn it!
I tried to set you guys up.
You did.
Too many cigarettes. Somebody probably sat on the hump and then it got pushed in like those things on the soda drink cups.
I've seen a fat white woman riding a camel, and that camel was not happy.
The camel goes,
That camel was like, yeah, I'm going to have, my hump's going to go to my brain because it's going to like get scooted.
like an air bubble in like tight latex.
Yeah, that's a good, yeah.
That's fucking heinous.
That poor camel, man.
Poor cow. I've seen some people just riding these things. Their backs are fucked. They're like, bro, please stop. And then, people are like, no, I'm making good money by breaking your back. So
Shut
I'm
up,
not gonna
camel,
stop.
you fucking idiot.
You stupid camel.
Go walk 100 miles right now, camel. And the camel's like, all right, I guess.
I've watched people like they made like a huge pit and then they just fire roasted an entire camel. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, because they're such big animals that I'm like, it's basically.
I can't believe you
doing
can
a
just
horse.
cut the hump of a camel off and it's just purified drinking water.
Purified. pH 8.9.
Yeah, I think that's what that means.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sick. It's basically alkaline.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't know this?
What are you, stupid?
You need to go back to school,
You
dummy.
need to go back to school, Kingston, to learn about camel humps and alkaline water.
Yeah, alkaline water.
I thought, never mind. I could be wrong.
They can hold up to 40 gallons of alkaline water in their humps.
That's interesting.
40 gallons. Metric gallons.
Metric gallons.
It's not that.
Anyway, the Punisher jerking it be like, I'm seeing red.
That's a decent joke.
That's not bad at all.
That's not terrible.
That's a decent joke only here, though. Like, that's
Yeah.
right here a joke only.
It's literally, if you've ever wanted to get good at completely incompatible stand-up, watch this show and only this show. Yeah. You'll be really funny exclusively for our audience, and that's
You'll
it.
be funny for like 300 people on the planet only.
Anyway, the Punisher jerking would be like, I'm seeing red road, and he says, $1 million. This is an offer. This is a choice. $1 million or one-time use Kamehameha wave.
$1 million.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I might pick the Kamehameha wave
I'd have to pick.
because you can't do that. That's not something money can buy.
That's true.
I just don't want to waste the Kamehameha. That's the problem.
Like,
That's
when
the
would
thing, too.
It would turn into you'd have it forever and you'd never use it.
Now, you know what I would do? I would set up a big event for it, and I would make my $1 million. Come see the man who can do a Kamehameha wave, and people will pay money. I'll have like sponsors and all that shit, and I'll make $1 million, probably a little bit more.
How are you going to be able to prove you can do it?
For them to want to invest in you.
That's a good point.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not where I'm taking.
Well,
$1 million.
you know what I'll do? I'll set up. Oh, you know what? I'll set it up. I'll set up a smaller one. Ah, this is brilliant.
I'll set up half of it.
I'll set up a smaller one, right? A smaller event, and then I will do it, and then I'll have like organic people and and eyewitnesses and all sorts of things, and they'll spread the word, and then I'll say I'll do it again,
and then you won't.
and then I just won't.
I'll
sell all the tickets,
That's cool.
and then I just won't do it because
As
I
of
use it up.
8 p.m. this morning or night, Chris
8 p.m. this morning.
Reagan lied to America.
We're
I
gonna
was
stone
waiting for him to do the Kamehameha.
If he did that Kamehameha, we would have abducted him and thrown him into the United States military. Would have donated him to Israel. Donate that Kamehameha to Israel.
They need it.
They need it more than anybody.
They need it.
He lied to us, so he needs to go to prison for 1,000 years.
Kajuha.
That's what they changed.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Thank you, President Trump. That is a very good name.
It's a big beam of light that makes everything it touches a lot cheaper.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You guys have been on one lately. I'm the one that gets the anti-Semite stuff, but you two are on fire more than I am.
We're playfully anti-Semitic.
I'm a fucking out of Bugatti, boom, and then it's just like fucking has the price tag of like a fucking Camry or something.
Yeah.
You're like, let's go.
Just still kind of not cheap.
It's the thing.
It's relatively cheap.
Yeah. But I love the idea that it wouldn't be just like 5 cents.
Nah. It scales.
It's within people's
so it scales.
means.
So like if it's like how
How much would Israel cost?
it's like
Israel?
it's like a McDouble. You know, McDouble's for like $2, and they're like $2. It's 2 cents.
45 cents. That's still a bit steep, but I guess.
Would you? He's charging. Would you go lower? He's haggling.
You guys are tripping. Oh my god.
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know, man. I've seen worse
Who
than South
fucking
Park.
cares?
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, I love South Park. I love when they make a joke and they undercut it by doing something really stupid, like the N-word joke. I think the episode is so funny, but it's also
On The Price is Right?
It's so but it's Wheel of
Or,
Fortune.
Oh,
Wheel of
right,
Fortune.
yeah, you're right.
But it's so hyper undercut by what they're doing, and it's like I know you mean well, but this is like white male comedy where it's like I know what you mean, but also you gotta understand.
It's funny.
It's funny,
It's funny,
absolutely.
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be commentary. But they're trying to do that, and it's like
I'm trying to remember what the question was. Was it
something that what bothers you? People that bother you.
People that bother you, or something like that, right? And my favorite part of that is the camera guy.
Yeah,
the beginning, the whole time, the beginning. I love that, dude. The fact that he did that immediately, like the first thing happened, he didn't even say anything yet.
I fucking
he's not
love.
Gonna say that, right?
I love that.
He's not gonna say that, right?
Perfect. That's perfect.
It is an iconic. It is one of the great South Park scenes.
Yeah.
Like of that show, it's easily top 10.
It's that. You know what moment I love? I love Butter saying nigga. That moment is so fucking funny.
Does he say it?
Oh, is that when he was doing the
Biggie
pimp
Smalls
stuff?
thing? The Biggie Smalls one.
Right.
He said damn nigga to Wendy, and I'm like,
okay.
No, he says the Biggie first, and then he says the Wendy
That's
later.
Because
and then
Biggie keeps saying, yeah.
I gotta get through this party, nigga. And he's like, nigga, I don't know how to get no damn party.
See what you were saying about because you weren't expecting. That's what I loved about that episode. You weren't expecting Biggie Smalls to actually appear, so they did it. The whole you say Biggie Smalls like 5 times in the mirror and he's gonna appear, and he actually does. But then when he does, he starts shooting at you immediately.
And Butter's just jumping around the bathroom.
Randy Marsh, like he starts shooting at Randy Marsh.
I don't think I've seen that episode.
Dude, that's a good one. It's Satan's hosting a Halloween party. And he's like, it's a costume party and stuff, and it's that the sub so that plot is the Biggie Smalls thing.
You remember what season it was?
I can't.
Was it later or like earlier?
It's a little.
It's season 11, like season 11 between 9 and 11.
That sounds right.
Actually,
I think you're right.
That sounds right. The subplot is fucking.
The murderers,
the Three
right?
Stooges,
yes.
but they call the Three Murderers.
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, and I can't remember who else was. But they're trying to get
Fucking
Satan's
Pelosi?
cake. And then it's the whole dude, it's so stupid because then it introduces you to that slapstick fucking old school comedy, but also while they're doing crazy shit. Like there's a guy, the guy's like, hey, you guys need help with that cake? Like, and then he just runs over them and murders them immediately.
No, it's crazy because he sees him and they do the South Park like stop stare. And then he runs takes off at him to kill him.
That's a great episode. Wait, I didn't bring my phone. What the fuck? Cool. I thought my phone was in the car. I just didn't see it.
Just go to the next question, please.
I think my peripherals were fucked by.
So
this
you would
thing.
have 1 million? 1 million?
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think you could monetize a Kamehameha, but like
you could monetize it, but I feel like
then you get both.
I feel like it's not. I don't know what I would use it for.
That is true.
It would turn into the concept of like I have sneakers that are worth like a few $100s that I don't wear. You know, because I'm like, oh, I should wear this for an important event. It would turn into that series. Like, I don't know when to use it.
I'd probably use it while drunk and get really in trouble. I could see that probably happening.
I don't get that drunk in my life, so I'm not gonna.
I mean, I don't normally, but like, there's always going to be an occasion.
Would you get arrogant because you have such power and you'd be like, I'm just gonna. Who was the fuck with me? I would DM Straw Strickland. I'd be like, come outside and fight me, Straw Strickland.
Yeah.
You have to save it for when Ice shows up.
For Ice?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Ice is a good one, but I think I'd go to the comedy mothership.
On the biggest day, and they're like, you're outside waiting, and you see the glow.
I love everybody, by the way, in that circle. So many comedians just shitting on Austin lately.
They hate it.
It is so funny.
Dude, Tim Dillon was the first one that I immediately was like, oh, why did I move here? This is stupid.
Yeah.
I think he lasted for less than 6 months. He's like, I fucking hate it here. And then everybody else too, yeah.
It's just everything that's bad about LA, but
smaller.
None of the good things.
Yeah, it's not spread out more. So, and there's less regulation. So all the crazy homeless people that are violent aren't being beaten by the police because the police just don't care.
Yeah.
Because the police have no incentive to do anything about it.
It's LA without the
Their
suburbs
fucking
of LA
lakes
that are nice.
Diarrhea. Everybody talks about their diarrhea lakes that they have over there. Like in Texas proper.
Oh, lake diarrhea?
It's basically they all look like swamps.
It's all Ted Cruz. It just funnels into Ted Cruz's fucking sink.
And he sits in his sink and bathes.
Shit! Oh, I'm Ted Cruz. I love eating shit.
And that's where
he's two-handing shoveling into his mouth.
Dude, he's two-handing shoveling liquid into his fucking mouth.
And he holds a solid piece of liquid.
Dude, Greg Abbott.
Dude,
Greg.
It's like you ever see an ant eat water, like a droplet.
That's gross.
You guys didn't burn ants when you were kids, right? You guys weren't those type of people.
Dude, what?
That were like torture ants.
No,
I
absolutely
think I
not.
burned
I
an
think
ant
I tried,
once.
but it
I
never
burned
worked,
an
so I
ant
was like,
once
guess
because
not.
I was like, that's not real. Like I was like, that can't be how that works.
What?
And I was kind of right. It didn't really work in the same way. So I was like, oh, this doesn't really work.
That's be really sunny, and also a real magnifying glass we didn't have.
Well, I had a real one.
I didn't have. I had the little plastic ones from school. You know, the ones like little plastic ones, little tiny.
I mean,
tiny.
Did you have the ones that went? This might be very specific, but they almost look like car mirrors, where they were kind of like
they were like oval shaped.
they were kind of squarish, and then they had like a handle like that.
No.
Those
no.
I had one of those.
I had the ones that were like. If anybody went to school in New
That's
York
the
here, they
magnifying
know
glass.
it.
It looks so fucking
In
stupid.
New York City, maybe
I just
they
had
were
to
like
stop.
sort of see-throughish plastic that had a bit of a fog.
Yeah,
to
the fake
them.
ones.
I had those ones, and it didn't work because you need like a bigger.
You
need
see like a
one.
proper one, yeah. No, my brother was one of those people he would burn.
He did
My,
that?
my brother had
That's scary. That's a.
Yeah, I definitely did it out
brother-
of curiosity to see
That's
like
some-
if it would
that's
work.
something
But
you
I didn't
see
like
work
once it
and you're
worked
like, oh,
or
that's
didn't. I was like,
cool.
eh.
And then you're like, oh, I can set things on fire, and you go to fire. Going to fire is fine, I think, because that's just magic to a child.
Yeah.
Fire is magical. You're like, oh my god, this is.
I don't know.
force.
I understood how dangerous it was, so I didn't fuck around with fire.
I didn't have a chance. I mean, I did like a few times.
You totally
but nothing
did.
yet,
You
but, like,
told one of the oldest
I did a few
stories.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, this,
But like,
these things.
I wasn't setting fires. I was just like, I wonder if this will work.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I want to buy one of those now.
Yeah, because they were kind of cool. I liked them, but like I mean, I didn't burn
You
ants
use them
with
as glasses and stuff. Just hold them up. Oh.
Whoa, could be. That's probably what fucked me up. Actually, now I think about it.
Everything's
maybe
so
so.
magnified.
It's like you're looking at the sun with it.
You're
I definitely-
seeing the sun. Like
I definitely took a magnifying glass to the sun,
I never did that.
like, and looked at it.
That okay.
Well, you deserve.
I
don't-
completely understand.
I
why
can't
you're
feel
blind.
bad for you now.
Yeah.
You saw something magical though. You probably witnessed something that we never see before.
Yeah, you saw the.
I can't even see you right now because there's a black circle where the center of my vision
I
is.
just
Face.
burned that into you.
Yeah, every time I watch
permanently.
movies or play video games, I have to play in my peripheral.
I imagine somebody had a fucking MLG cut thing like this over your ass.
No, they're not looking at the screen. They're still looking at me. Look at me.
Got
And
you.
they can only play looking directly at
Have you guys seen the
That's
video
crazy.
of the freaking of the the fighting game players, and he like one guy has a fucking like a little like fucking cloth over his lap, and it just sounds like it looks like he's jacking off.
Oh yeah,
Have you seen that?
I've seen that
That
video.
shit
yeah.
is golden.
Oh, did you see that new what is it, Mango? Have you seen any of that stuff?
Mango.
I
know who he
It's
is.
a streamer guy.
I met him before.
Oh, that
you met
fucking,
Mango?
Yeah, I remember
that
one.
He just
drunk
got kicked.
asshole.
Yeah, he just got kicked off of his team for fucking humping some lady's head.
Oh
on
yeah.
while he was
I
drunk.
mean, he's a melee player. He's a shithead.
I'm
so,
be honest,
yeah.
man. That you gotta really pay close attention to that Ludwig guy or Ludwig or whatever.
So look.
What?
This is really weird for me, right?
What do you
I
got?
don't dislike many people truly. I don't.
Uh-huh.
But some people rub me the wrong way innately, and it's weird when someone does that, right? Like
Yeah.
very rarely people are like, I don't like you. There's one person in the content creation of like D&D sphere that like just rubs me the wrong way, and I hate it because they're also of a marginalized group. And I'm like,
So what?
Because
who
they're
cares?
they're very much so a minority in the group of where they're at. So I think they're a form of representation for some people, but for something about them rubs me the wrong way. But Ludwig is one of those people that I look at him and I'm like, something. I don't know what this is. Something don't seem right, and it's weird.
I just don't. Sometimes I just see people that I'm like, you're too clean, and that concerns me. And then also the people that apparently that what's his name, the guy,
Mango?
huh?
Mango, the guy that got
Mango. Like apparently people know that he sucked. So why was he even around? Like I don't like.
He was one of the best melee players of all
I
time.
don't
man.
fucking care. Like
I mean-
see, to me that says a lot about your character. If it's more about knowing this guy sucks, I'm like it's like the alleged. Now, if I don't believe the conspiracy theories of why Luka Doncic got traded, for example, if I believe what Nico Harris said about I don't trust his work ethic, he won't get in shape.
Who, Luka?
I don't know if it's going to be worth paying him the max contract. I don't know if it's going to be worth the extension. If I'm to trust the actual thing that they're saying it is, I would be like, look, it's more about you want people, you don't want certain, even no matter how good somebody is, there's certain people you just don't want on your team because you don't trust them. And so I don't know if I believe that. I think I'm a little bit more on the conspiratorial side where I think that
Oh, they traded Luka. They
leagues-
already got finalized
No, well, that was forever ago.
to
That
get
was-
him, right? They traded to get
Well,
him.
that happened before the trade deadline, like
Okay.
months and months ago. But like it was I don't need to get into the conspiracy, but what I'm saying is the actual thing is what a generational talent. This guy's young, but still I don't think it's worth it to be on the team, and I think we can build a better team without him. Sounds insane, but at the same time I understand the sentiment if I'm not to believe the conspiracy theories. And I want to say it the fucking German way. I want to say Ludwig. I want to say that. I'm trying to say Ludwig. Ludwig just seems like the type of person where I'm like, don't look in that guy's closet. Don't look in his closet. You're gonna find something weird.
He seems too marketable.
Yeah.
I will agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, it's a little guy.
That's Jimmy.
It's a little guy. Look. See?
Is that
That's Jimmy.
Liver Key?
No, I don't know. It's
No, I
just
just
a
said
guy
that.
with a bunch of excess skin on his forehead.
It's
Just
Jimmy.
kind of slopes off
That's
to the
excess
side.
skin?
Yeah, it's just kind of an empty.
I thought that
kind
was
of an-
hair.
No, it's just an empty, just an empty, like folded kind of mass of skin.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the audience.
I like that a lot. Let me see if I can contribute.
Let me see if I can.
See if I can help. Oh.
Oh, great contribution.
Oh, he drew a bone.
Just drew the worst looking penis I've ever.
is
That
ba-
actually barely.
This is basically how my penis looks. How dare you?
That's.
There's my left ball, which is significantly bigger than my right. Yeah. And
That basically goes as a straight line basically into your shaft. I see.
So don't
got
make
your-
fun of me.
You got your one vein.
So
That's your one vein. Nice.
I got 3 hairs. If anybody wants to know, because I'm gonna launch OnlyFans one day,
Right.
but just here's a preview of what
That's the
my
link
penis
too.
looks
That's the
like.
link to length and depth too. That's exactly how it looks.
This is not bad for like chubbed up,
we're gonna read the names now.
It's not that like
This is a decently torqued penis, I guess.
yeah.
The genitals are way too attached, but other than that,
We're gonna read the names. That actually made me so tired.
Stop making fun of me.
Stop making fun of my pee-pee, please. Oh, Kingston's drawn. Stop the presses.
Dude, were nudes back in the day people drawing their genitals?
Yeah, probably.
I know so many people,
Sculptors.
I know so many people that said they drew fucking nudes for people, and they were just like, when they were younger, like here, draw me a picture of a vagina. You're like, all right, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah.
Well, I meant like
I did that.
I meant like their own. I know a guy named Wesley. He would draw customized, like it was Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny, right? Is that the right names? That was his specialty. Was do you want nudes of pick a anime girl?
Yeah.
Like those were in 6th grade.
I did that too a little bit.
Did you?
For a brief, because I was the only kid in our class that like knew how to draw, or like at least in 1 year I was.
Okay.
And so I would me and my friends would make comics, and we would sell them. We sold some comics.
Oh wow.
And I heard some guy like was like, "Can you draw? Can you draw?" I can't remember what the character was. Can you draw this lady character fucking naked? I was like, I guess. I don't know. They absolutely sucked. They were not good at all.
But it was probably good enough.
It was good enough for fucking him.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Freak.
Never want to get that picture back.
It's so funny though because you grow up when you're especially in Catholic school when like every grade is the same people basically. Like there's maybe one or two new people, maybe one person leaves or whatever, but like it's generally the same group of people for like a long time. And so like it's funny meeting people when they're that stupid or that embarrassing, and then when they get old enough to understand how cringe and weird that was.
Oh, yeah.
But then they can't pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, you got to bring
So,
it
like,
up
you
every
just-
day too.
Yeah, so like in 6th grade, I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, I remember that you wanted me to draw this fucking crazy character.
Yeah, you're that guy that was beating off to whoever it was. Who do you think? Who was it? Was it the
Fucking Yoshi.
cat lady from Tinchi Muyo?
Yoshi.
Yo,
Just straight up Yoshi.
Draw Yoshi with a dick bigger than his body.
I want you to draw Yoshi with a cavernous labia.
Dude,
That's
one
crazy.
of my friends got
Cavernously
called
huge
Yoshi.
pussy.
One of my friends got called Yoshi. I remember being in the locker room. Some people like, nigga, you look like Yoshi. And everybody in the room agreeing he looks like Yoshi. And they're showing pictures. And I'm just sitting there like, that's a human.
Did he look like...
No, he looked like a human being. So I was just like,
There was
what
no
are you-
character. There was nothing about him that looked like Yoshi.
There has to be something.
Maybe
If everyone agreed,
maybe they both wore shoes. That's about it. That's about it. They both wore shoes. They both had tongues and
wish.
eyes.
Maybe when
I wish.
when he sneezed, did he go like?
wow. Or you get out of the egg.
It bothers me how accurately you can do
That's the
that.
sound of his asshole. That's the sound of his asshole as it tore out the
as
fucking
it tore,
shit again.
as this coach was fucking giving it to him.
Someone thrusted Yoshi and you're hearing it. You're like, what's going on?
Oh, there they go again.
Ew, the tongue's slow though.
Oh my god.
Did you notice that in Super Mario World that
Yes.
Mario is punching Yoshi
Yeah.
to make his tongue to
He does
make
that,
the tongue
right?
go out? Like, I'm not even joking.
No,
I
he
think-
does.
I think it's more. I always thought of it more as pointing, but yeah. I
No,
guess.
no,
No,
that
he-
motherfucker socks the back of Yoshi's head. Yoshi goes,
Well, it's horses too. That's how you get the horse to do that.
there's a horse?
No,
horse in general?
No, in real life.
See,
Can you possibly?
you're teaching me
teach a-
so much about horses.
If you ride a horse and you hit it in the top of the head, the tongue will come out and attach
Because it'll
to.
pass out. It'll pass out. It'll come out.
Also that.
Can you?
you're right, because it's called a donkey punch.
You're right. There you go. Just like horses.
Dude, that makes it kick. That doesn't make its tongue come out. You fucking chimp.
Do you know what a donkey punch is? The sex move?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what that is. What the fuck is that?
You don't know what that is?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, don't do this. But basically, if you're
Don't do this.
if you're banging a chick in the ass, I guess it's gonna be a guy too, right? You hit him in the back of the head, and then they tense up to make it tighter. It's called the donkey punch.
You know what a red dragon is?
Okay, well, we're going to read the names now.
You know what a strawberry shortcake is?
Go to patreon.com/the Snark Tank.
Same thing.
Okay.
Go to
No,
your.
I think a jelly donut is the strawberry shortcake without the cum.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Welcome to the go to the Patreon. Go to the Patreon. Patreon.com/the Snark Tank. SnarkTank.shop for all your great shirt needs.
Do you know what the
$25 up.
Do you know what the Chris Ray is?
No, I don't know what it is. What's it?
Well, it's like mid Skyrim, but it's like you're not quite on the ground, you're not quite in the sky, so you're kind of levitating them a little bit with your tongue while rimming. It's called the Chris Ray.
Why?
That's because you do that so often.
Yeah,
you're so braggadocious about that.
Dude, when I first met, do you remember when we first met? Like,
You're like, yeah, you want a Chris Ray, and he gave you a Chris Ray right then and there. Right then and there. Room full of people. Room packed of people gave him a Chris Ray.
do you want a Chris Ray? That's the first thing he said to me.
It's a funny.
He walked in the first time you guys met, because he told me the first time you guys met. He walked right in. You want a Chris Ray? You haven't taken your shoes off yet. You haven't sat down and had any sort of conversation.
The thing that's funny about that is that you're the only person I know that I have evidence of the first time meeting in person.
Yeah, I wanted to make it as awkward as possible. Where I was like, oh, there he is. And pulled out my phone and started recording him walking. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to put this in a video if it goes well.
if it
goes well, I'm
I don't know
calling
he was
the
going to
police.
assault me, but then I had to take out the part where he's like, hey, you want a Chris Ray? I didn't
You're
want
like, what? No, it's just not recording you getting half it. Your camera's just in the air because your arms are flailing.
The camera broke.
You know what's funny to me in that video is that I say the N-word in that video.
You do,
That
he
that
does
we
say
did
it.
together, and no one's ever brought it up.
Never.
Because I don't
Okay,
know.
it wasn't hard R2. It was just regular nigga.
Whatever,
You
man.
said some. Yeah, I'm pretty
That
sure.
is true,
You
yeah.
said nigga, and then there was like a gun thing or something. I remember.
Yeah.
It was like a gun thing. I can't remember. Damn, we went to that burger joint that doesn't exist anymore. It's called G Burger.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Ah, that was a good burger.
It was good. It was a good fucking spot. They built it on the shittiest part of our city. They should have put it on like one of the main streets. Nobody fucking went there, which
Yeah.
I liked because there was no lines. But then they made no money.
I love that. That's so tragic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like something that you like about a place is also the thing that's killing them.
The dichotomy of things.
They're making your burger, and you're just like, man, this is such a great day, and you walk out, and they're just behind the fucking desk.
Stressed out.
I'm crying.
Okay, he's the only person that comes here ever.
We made
He's our only customer.
$9.
We made $9 this fiscal year. We're ruined.
Why'd you stay open for a year?
We thought it would go well, maybe. We thought maybe a holiday would help.
He thought winter might help us.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Winter, people came in. It's crazy. We have a burger, hot food, all that stuff. Winter was worse.
Way worse.
People would look at us and be like, "That's too far away," and they would go to the fucking alcohol store.
No, they ate at the tire store just right before it.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I can't go any further. I need some.
Give me some rubber.
Dude, you ever have tire store sushi, man? It's pretty good. It's like the meatballs at IKEA, kind of.
You would be. Look, I've never. There's sushi at 7-Eleven, and I question those people. Sushi at a tire store?
Yeah, at fucking Mavis Discount Tire.
That's crazy.
They have a sushi bar.
You're a savage. You have the best stomach. You have a better stomach than a fucking condor, like the vultures that can dissolve everything.
There's probably wild bacteria in fucking 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven's weird to me because like they sell food, but I can't imagine ever buying
I've
food
never
from there.
bought food from 7-Eleven.
I know people who do.
The dogs are okay.
That's I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the confidence to get a hot dog from 7-Eleven.
The only reason why I have I wouldn't. It depends on the clerk who's handling them. If I look at them and be like, bro, I don't know what's going on with the clerk, but I worked at a 7-Eleven distribution center.
You did this. You're doing.
Dude, I worked at a 7-Eleven distribution center that handled almost 1,000 stores in SoCal.
Derek, what are you saying, Derek? You gotta understand what you just said. You do, right?
Yes, but it's not that big of a deal to me.
Oh, okay, you believe it.
Was
All
it?
right, yes.
Yeah.
Are we gonna read the names?
I mean, I guess we can if we don't want to. Yeah, we don't need to talk about the logistics of 7-Eleven.
I don't know how.
And the
Quite
handling-
frankly,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we don't need to talk about.
Would you
we don't
ask
talk
the
about-
person
we don't
their
talk about gay
name?
shit either.
Would you ask the person their name before they served it to you?
No, just look at them.
Your country of origin?
No, just look
Would
at
you ask their country of origin?
Listen,
Or are you gonna use your hands to pick that up? Would you ask them like that?
Let me touch.
listen, listen.
Let me give me gloves and I'll reach. I can reach.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't
That's
have-
crazy. You throw gloves at him. That's insane.
There are plenty
Gloves and
of.
a bar of soap. That's insane.
There's one that lives by us that I like that guy and I trust him. But there's certain people I look at you and I'm like, ugh, I don't know what you did with those dogs, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So there's that.
The issue that I have is that like I saw a video. I saw a video of a guy. I think like the clerk at the 7-Eleven was like back in the storage room or whatever, like moving some stuff. And a guy comes in, takes all the dogs, deep throats all of them, and puts them back into the thing and then leaves. And that kind of fucked me up because I'm like, I don't know about this, man.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. I usually can tell the people that I'm like, oh, you're fucking those hot dogs. So
Yeah.
I don't trust them.
Hot dog fucking is crazy.
And there's other people. I'm like, hey, you're putting curry on those. I don't want you to do that. And
All right, we're gonna need.
I walk in, I'm like, what's your name? They're like, oh,
Count
my
me
name
down,
is.
count me down. $25 and up gets you your name right at the end of the show, making me say whatever the fuck you want me to say. And
You know 7-Eleven in fucking Norway?
what?
Dude, I was in Norway.
Is it still called 7-Eleven, or do they use Norwegian
the same
numbers?
store.
Is it called Gushashin Time about 11 or something like that?
11 is still the same.
11.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was crazy. You walk through the door and it's like ding, 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 ding. And I was like, oh, crazy.
All right, well,
here too? Damn it, you just walk back out.
dude.
Inescapable. Fuck, dude.
And the dude
count
was,
me down, please.
He was
I just
just,
want a white man to
he was
serve my
just
food.
standing on the hot dogs.
That is the most insane thing I've heard in so long. That is so crazy. That is crazy. He's like riding him like Aladdin.
It's not even the same thing.
It's close enough. It's just mad. It's That is bananas. Oh my god. You walk in, he's standing on them. And you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey, could you get off? I'm trying to get a dog.
He's like, well, I'm supposed to be here.
You're still trying to get one. You're still trying to get one. Oh God. Hey, shout out to my Indian brothers and sisters, man. I love y'all.
I don't.
Oh my God. Come on, brother.
I'm kidding, dude.
Try to recover.
I'm kidding, dude.
No, I'm cutting that out. Don't even say anything. I'm cutting out you trying to save it.
Stop, dude. I've had sex with an Indian woman, bro.
I've only had sex with a halfie,
The idea
dude.
of you trying to grab a hot dog and then a foot wrapped around it.
He's doing the handstand the whole time. It's actually kind of impressive.
We gotta go.
We do have to go.
Please count me out.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Can I put the air on? I'm fucking dying.
Yeah, go ahead. The Dead Spider, Loud Fart .wav, Delta Gamma, MC Brainworm. What do you think about that, Derek?
I don't like Indian people.
I saw an opportunity. I did it. A loud fart. Delta Gamma, MC Brainworm, literally fed this toddler last week. Why is he still crying? Squimp is bugs. Don't you know?
What is that?
I don't know, man. Clamuel Esquire, user Guildmaster, Snark Tanks, hung his trans girl. Using Kingston's tooth gap as a fleshlight. Colin Moriarty, oh my god, they just killed Krillin. You bastards. Daughtry featuring Stained. Now that it's all said and stained, I can't believe you were the stained to stained me up, then stained me.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going. Yeah, it's a lot of stains. I'm going to kill the president with a mortar. The Rizzler being on Sesame Street is a monument to our sins. Galo Combat Evolved. 2 rats in a trench coat. PM candidate for the Ultra Thieves. I brake checked a Nissan Altima so hard it made the driver anemic and the car gay. Ooh, I'm Tofi Naifu, your fave waifu. Now come for me. It's crazy.
Oh man, we didn't address. Sorry, dude. We didn't address that fucking Norwegian guy getting denied access into the country because he had that bald JD Vance meme on his phone.
Was that real?
Oh, was that
Yes.
real? Did that really happen?
100%.
That seemed like insane.
It
So I was
totally
like,
did,
So I was
but-
like, that can't be real. There must be like something we're missing.
Yeah,
But like that's crazy. I did see that.
Yeah, they're even-
if that's real, wild.
they're even talking about it. Like it's like
Oh,
real
it's actually like
yeah, it's
wow,
like real
okay.
shit happening, dude.
That is so crazy.
I what a free speech and free yay, everything's great.
We don't need more Norwegians, though. To be fair,
We don't. There's enough.
there's so many of them.
I've never really
Can't walk
spoken.
down the street without
Have
tripping
I met
over a
a Norwegian
Norwegian.
before? I don't think I've met a single Norwegian in my life.
You've
One.
met Norwegians.
You met one.
You sure? Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty terrified of white people.
Do you remember that fly that was here? One of the last time we recorded.
Yeah, remember my ex, that fly? Hey, you met my ex.
We did the trash. Yeah, it's sort of trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
This is one. You got one.
I met one.
You got
Nice.
one.
Everybody gets one.
I met a Swede before. Interesting.
Yeah, the
Interesting
PewDiePie?
breed of- huh?
PewDiePie?
I don't know what I would be talking to PewDiePie about.
You just hey.
I met a lot
remember
of
when you
those
said the N word? That was hot.
We both like those words.
Yeah. Hey, well, let's say it together.
I think Rumi is Swedish or Norwegian or something.
Roomies?
Rumi, he's like a music YouTuber. He did the diss track with iDubbbz and Boyna Band.
Oh my god.
Remember? He's a nice guy, actually.
I just saw a picture of us in all at one of that VidCon stuff, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah. I think were you taking a picture with Boyna Band, and then I'm in the foreground, like
and I was just like, ooh.
I love that photo. I think I tweeted it. I think I tweeted that photo out, and I was like, "Lol." When everything happened.
I think I remember that.
What
I think
did
I
you do
remember
again?
I don't know.
Didn't you like some sexual stuff? Or something?
I don't remember exactly what it
Yeah.
was. It was just weird.
I remember. I think it was some sex pest stuff. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Let's see, boy.
Jackpot.
Yeah,
Boy, we got to get him on the
say
podcast.
jackpot for that.
We got to get him on the show.
Does he still come to? Did
I'm sure he still comes.
Vid? He still comes?
I'm sure he still comes.
In general.
Yeah, I wouldn't sure which one.
In
he
general.
in general. Shut up.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Sloker 2, Why So Derpy, Reckless Rhino, Berserker, Beatles, Big Bouncy Backside, Kingston B-Boy. It's your real dad, Mr. Krabs. That's why your skin molts every year. Argagagagaga.
There's no moat no more.
There was one time that your arm was
did.
fucking molting like crazy. It was
did.
gross.
It
Made
is
me
gross.
made me convinced that you were not of this earth.
Oh, you have that white man gene, right?
Which one?
That eczema or whatever.
Eczema's not a white person. The Africans have eczema. What do you mean?
I've never met one except for you.
I've never met one.
You're the only person I've ever met with eczema, actually.
Yeah.
I barely have any white genetics at all. Like actually.
Okay.
Are you sure what that
Your
eczema
name's
says
Kingston
otherwise?
Jameson.
Yeah, because we were property. Doesn't mean had the genetics.
I think I know better than that, dude.
I think I know better.
I think I know a little bit more than
I
you.
was like slightly English. That's it. Like a fucking hint of English somewhere in there. Other than that, it's
Pretty
just,
sure on your 23andMe it said 140% white.
I'd be so mad. I'm like, why? I didn't get any of the cool
I think
parts.
was that.
Do you think the British is where the tooth cap comes from?
Yeah.
A lot of Jamaicans have tooth gaps.
Do they really?
Great, yeah, it's like common.
all
Caribbeans in general, like
It's all the
Afro-Caribbean.
British. Hey, just
so
you
weird.
and the foreign guy. You can both have gaps. That's crazy.
I don't think my grandma has gaps. My grandma's half, half.
But she doesn't have any white genes.
She's half feather, so she doesn't
Yeah,
count.
she's feather,
She's feather.
African,
She's feather and
Jesus
African.
Christ.
and no white.
Derek piloting a plane
definitely.
into
Her
the
name
Twin
is
Towers.
Kingston Jameson.
And I think to myself, who the fuck needs a girl?
Yeah, get a guy.
Yeah,
Exactly, dude. Try it out.
Yeah, why
Try it
not?
out. Oh, I'm all right.
You're
Oh, I'm
feeling to go
Kingston's
for it.
dad. Use my ashes in a douche bottle to honor me. Aw. Tien.
What?
These names are so tiring. These ones. Tien Synagogue and Shouts Jew, joined by Yamacha.
Yamacha.
Yamacha. Tien Synagogue.
Synagogue. What the hell is his last name? I never.
Shanhan.
I didn't. Okay.
Tien
Tien
Shinhan.
Shinhan.
Thank you. I didn't know.
Fucking ridiculous.
That's great.
That's his first name, actually, too.
I guess that technically makes sense.
Yeah.
Tian Shenhan, yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Whatever. Beetlefucker.
Dragon Ball info.
Beetlefucker 12,577. The fucker 12,577 Beatles. Domination. What the fuck is going on with those naked ass wiping bears? Is it a fetish? Derek, not Chauvin, is innocent. Hashtag free him. Fondled by a carny on the Ferris wheel.
Nice. Silly.
Round-eyed Asian standing at a strong 5'2", sitting at a respectable 6'8".
What the fuck?
Boopity. Does that imply that like?
He's sitting on so much money?
Does that imply that his legs are real tiny, but his torso is mega long? So when he sits down,
But how does it negative? How does it negative?
What do you mean?
Because he's shorter when he's standing up. So how would you get taller when you sit down? That's impossible.
So I think what he's saying, or how I'm desperately trying to make this make sense in my mind, is more an accurate way to say it, is his legs are maybe, generously speaking, maybe 4 inches long.
Okay, yeah, continue.
His torso makes up the rest of that 5'2". So when he sits down,
Okay.
he's basically 5 feet up from the seat, which is taller than a normal person at 6'2" sitting down normally.
That makes literally no sense. But you fought your way there.
It makes sense.
It's impossible.
How does it not make sense?
You're standing. If I'm sitting, unless he's sitting on a taller chair. If he sits on high
No,
chairs,
Kingston, I don't think you understand.
6'2" person has the shortest torso and extremely long legs.
Right.
Okay.
So when he's sitting, he's short still.
Yeah. He stands up, he's tall, so he's still 6'2", but it's all legs.
he just said he's 5'2"
Right.
standing and 6'9" sitting.
No, I'm not getting into the details of the numbers.
So right now it's okay. So let me.
I'm not trying to get into the details of the numbers. I'm trying to make sure.
I thought we weren't fact checking.
I'm trying to make sure. I thought we weren't fact
we
checking.
weren't fact checking.
Who said that again?
JD fucking Vance.
That's right. I read at the debate. Insane.
Somebody should have slapped the shit. Somebody should have walked up on him and slapped his brain out his
It
ears.
really should have been.
What if he looked like that 3D Vance picture of him real quick when he in the middle of getting hit?
He should have got several
But-
draugers sick on him at that moment.
But what I'm saying is, it's not impossible theoretically to imagine
It is
that somebody. I'm not talking about the numbers specifically. It's not impossible to imagine that somebody who is tall, if they have a long, if a person with just a freakishly long torso sat down, who was shorter than somebody who was taller than him, that they would be taller than them sitting down.
Listen,
What's
ChatGPT will figure it out. Go.
What's making this not make sense is that if someone is standing there taller than when they're sitting, unless they're sitting on something that is particularly tall. Mm-hmm. That is.
Are
how
you
that
not
works.
understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm not understanding what you're saying. Yes.
His legs are 4 inches long. He's 5'2". It means
Okay.
his torso makes up the majority of that. When you sit down, your torso is planted firmly here, right? So my torso from like If I was this person, my torso would go from here to as tall as I am up in the chair, which would make me taller than you, even though you're taller than me standing up.
So you're saying what I'm saying then? You just said what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
Because let's say somebody's legs are like 4 inches tall, right? And by chance, the chair makes them taller, then that's possible.
Why are you bringing the chair into this?
Because the chair has to be making them taller. No one can be taller if they're sitting down unless the chair is tall.
No, but we're both in chairs.
Exactly. So there's never a point where you're taller sitting down unless the chair is taller than your legs.
What are you saying?
Chris,
I don't think that makes sense at all. What
Chris,
you're saying.
if someone's 5 feet tall, right, standing up, right, they're 5 feet tall standing up, right?
Yeah.
They sit down, right? They're sitting down. They're going on a decline. They're sitting down. That's what the sitting down means. Other than that, it's be sitting. But sitting down refers to the fact that whatever they're sitting is going to put them shorter than what they were when they were standing.
But they're sitting on a surface.
Doesn't. What else can you sit on?
So wait, are you really not understanding this?
I'm done. Okay, keep reading names. I don't have the energy.
Dude, just chat GPT it, man.
I'm just so confused. What's
I'm not getting. If someone has 4 foot long, 4 inches tall legs, right? Like,
Yeah.
These are 4 inches tall, like little tiny leggies, right?
Go on.
Little petite leggies, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And their
they sit
torso
on-
is 5'3" or
Yeah,
something.
5'3" torso, right?
Their torso.
Then they get on a chair that's about like what, maybe a foot tall, right?
Okay.
They're gonna be taller than what they were if they were standing. Correct, right?
Yeah.
That's what you were saying, right?
I'm literally just saying from the height perspective of people sitting down. You know how we're the same height right now?
Yes.
Sitting down, basically,
Yes.
even though you're way taller than me?
Yes.
If I had a 5 foot long torso, I would be taller than you, which would
Yes.
make me taller than you sitting down.
Yes, I agree.
Then what are we talking
What
about?
I'm talking about is he said right now that he sat down and he was taller than what he was standing up.
That makes perfect sense to me.
I'm done. Good night. Good night. What are you doing to the penis?
I see no
You turned into a shark?
I think it's
What
every.
sharks have you seen, man? What is? I want you to put that. I want you to put that in front of the camera right the fuck now. Kingston thought that was a shark.
It was loading in. It was still loading in, all right?
Bro, if I saw a shark that looked like that, I would cry and rape myself and die.
Rape yourself.
It looks like a shark.
It's it,
That looks like a. I don't even know what the fuck that
it's
looks like.
everything.
What does that? What,
I'm trying
That's
to.
a part of it, too.
I'm trying to make.
ew, they're like separated, but like they're like.
This is the bait. You know how like an anglerfish has like its little thing
This has a fucking ugly man's face.
on its foot. yeah. See.
That is
I like my little
crazy.
face having a corner with his penis out.
Oh, is that what
Is that
is?
what that is?
His little boo goes with his dick out.
That did not look like that at all.
He just zipped his little dick.
That almost looks like Mr. Burns coming out of the forest when he's radioactive.
It kind of does. I bring you peace. I bring you love.
Yo, can I be real? That fucking episode scared me when I was a kid.
Did it?
It's so gross. I hate. It's so unsettling the way he comes out of there, and it's just like, I it's funny, but it made me so mad.
Oh, I fucking love that episode so much.
It reminded me of the X-Files theme.
It's I mean it's the episode. It's the
It's the
X-Files
X-Files episode,
Yeah.
but like the X-Files theme, like used to freak me out. Actually,
dun,
like it was a creepy song to me.
It didn't. There was one little part of it that freaked me out. Where
No.
there was like not the theme itself, but like the imagery. They looked like there's this little phantom silhouette thing like falling through an abyss. It freaked me out. I don't know why. It just this thing. I gotta show you because I can't describe it.
I hate the
correctly.
X-Files because of its lighting. The lighting in that show is so fucking horrible.
Is it really? I don't even
Everything's
think,
dark all the time.
I don't think I ever noticed that. It's been a long time. I mean, I haven't seen X-Files probably since like 1998.
I don't remember
So-
very many episodes, but I'll never forget there was like a alien that shows up. Like at least they're like, oh, and then the first thing it does is I think two guys it's at night playing basketball, and it
fucks 'em?
grabs the yeah, it grabs the basketball, throws it away, and fucks them. That's what I was gonna say.
What did it do?
Well, no, it like understood somehow. I think it like dunked immediately, and it was like, what the fuck is going on? And
The
I
alien
never
dunked?
Yes. Now here's the thing, I never checked to see if I didn't just make that up. You know, like as a kid, because I remember it very vividly, but I've never checked to be like, oh yeah, that was actually an episode. So maybe I should do it.
I'm gonna watch X-Files with Lily tonight, and I'm like, see, these are the real aliens, Lily.
These are the real. That's what you should tell. Yeah, tell Ice that. Hey, go after these guys, man.
Yeah, that's my get out of jail free card whenever I get harassed by ICE. Is I sit them down for a full episode of the X-Files. And then hopefully by the end they understand who the real
They're
aliens
like,
are.
oh shit, we're wasting time. And they fucking all storm out and they give you a badge.
Boopity boppity butt sex beetle. Go to gayasshit.com. Thank me later. What could that possibly
This right
be?
here. This little. So it's not. There's a little hand thing too. This imagery right here would always freak me out.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that complimented with the music.
Yeah.
Was very freaky.
That show
fucking
unnerved me when I was
hated
little.
that.
I remember when I was little.
It was unnerving for
Remember-
sure.
Remember this audience? Oh, cool. And it looks like, oh, like that as a kid scared the shit out of me. It disturbed me. I hated seeing that part. I don't know why.
That's why women feel like every day. Just fucking, oh no.
Go to
I'm
gayasshit.com.
falling.
Yeah. Is that real?
I don't know.
Is it real?
We're gonna find out.
We are about to find out.
We're about to find out about gayasshit.com.
Joe Rogan Liver King arrest is crazy, so he does talk about it. Zoran Madani humiliated Cuomo. So, what's his name? Philip DeFranco.
Oh, right.
This just in. You fucking Dave Smith backpedals from Trump criticism. Oh my God.
Was that secular talk?
Yes.
God damn it. Really?
No way.
Fucking loser.
No. Where does Dave Smith live?
Not a single
I'm
principle.
gonna beat the piss out of him. Just.
Not a single principle among them. It
just-
really is crazy.
Oh no, I'm isolated. I gotta fucking win back my people that love me. I imagine.
I'm so sad.
Damn, all my pedophile libertarians fucking don't want to be my friend anymore.
Nobody likes me anymore. I can't be friends. I gotta go back to being friends with Dave Rubin. I want to be friends with Dave Rubin. He's another Dave. I can't be friends with another Dave.
Imagine wanting to be friends with
It's
Dave
against the rules.
Rubin.
It's not in the Torah.
What did you tell me? Was it gay ass shit?
Gayasshit.com.
Okay. That's probably an expensive domain if it doesn't exist. Let's see.
I can't imagine what the fuck this is gonna be.
.com. Better not be gay and people and shit. No, it's let's see. It's I wonder how much is. So GoDaddy owns it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Wait, is it not a real website?
No, it's available.
Gayasshit.com?
Gayasshit.com.
Oh, it's gay ass hit. Because it's two S's and one of the S's is
Well, I got 3 S's.
yeah, it's two.
Chris, read the names, please.
No, I want to know if this is a real website.
Oh, so it says 2 there.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
two.
okay.
I want to know if
Gotcha.
it's real.
Gay.
We're gonna do our due diligence. Hit, basically.
hit. That's a little hard for my brain. Gay.
Yeah.
As
This is important. We're conducting research right now.
gayasshit.com. Let's see. It's loading, but Amazon.com. What the hell? Kirby's Epic Yarn. What the fuck?
Are you serious?
That's what it took me to.
Derek, you just gave up all your cell phone information. You gave up all your credentials.
Kirby's Epic Yarn?
That's not how it works.
You just opened up a fucking web.
That is not how that works.
You have to give information for phishing. They can't just siphon information from me.
Gayasshit.com goes to Kirby's Epic Yarn on Amazon? That is actually awesome.
That's whose code is this? Somebody gets fucking some money for if you buy it.
A genius.
Crazy.
Kirby's Epic
Israel, a
Yarn is
Rhodesian sequel. Kirby's Epic Yarn is so great. I'm hitting G-forces on the forklift that would make a fighter pilot fucking shit himself. Mr. Blonde, blue-eyed German man taking Alex Jones' sloppy seconds and banging the self-hatred out of Blair White. Secretly sneaking my spare estrogen into Kingston's dad's coffee to make him Kingston's mom. Buddy Holly, condemned to heterosexuality. My ass is full of piss. Help. Thugzilla 200 versus Super Netanyahu Ultima. Colin Moriarty, genociding Paris so I can let go of my dead broth. I don't know. Called racist because of the scumbag shirt. If that's true, that's awesome.
Why would somebody go out of their way to be like, wait a minute? How many steps do you have? because you don't know who that person is.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you immediately jump to the conclusion that you're calling this person a scumbag because they're black? Or is what? Why
That in and of itself, thinking that it's racist is racist, actually.
It's crazy.
It is actually unironically like how, that is hysterical to me.
You can't call, it's like you can't call Ethan crazy because it's anti-Semitic.
Yeah, even though Palestinians are also Semitic people. And it's complete bullshit.
The ones that have been here the whole time, opposed to
Yeah, whoops.
you know,
Crazy. It's wild, man. We're living in. Joe Rogan had a what is it called? A stand-up special called "Strange Times." He's like, man, we're living in strange times, man. And I'm like, yeah, that would be a good name for a special if yours didn't suck. You know what I mean?
You were funny at all.
But I like the. I'm like, yeah, strange times is real.
What's your favorite name for a special?
Ooh,
Killing Him Softly is a good one.
Killing Him Softly is a good one.
That is a good one. Damn. I don't know. Actually, that's a really interesting question.
Laugh at My Pain was a pretty good one. That's like as a comedy thing. That's pretty good.
Run Tell That. Even though I don't necessarily
Run Tell That.
Run Tell That. It's like
Delirious, Raw. Were
Run
both
Tell
pretty
That.
good.
Delirious is iconic, but it's
not a great title.
It's not as It's
I think
whatever.
it's good.
Delirious is. I mean, it's just
Raw is better, but
Yeah.
Delirious is Raw.
I'm trying to think. The weird. It's bad for you. I know that there's a few that I know there's more. I just they're
hard to remember because like you don't really.
Beyond the Pale is probably my favorite actually when I think
Unforgivable.
about it. I just like the Beyond the. I didn't really even know that I didn't know that phrase until Beyond because I didn't know what it meant. I've heard it.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, Beyond the Pale and what's his name? That guy. I can't even remember his name right now. That fucking blonde ass white guy.
I don't know.
Somebody knows right now, but
Daniel Tosh.
he's he's like fat, kind of pudgy, white, and his mainly his joke. He would say something absurd, and then he would mimic like the audience, like he would react to what the audience is probably thinking, like I can't believe he said that, like in a way, like it worked. It didn't. He got really popular for a hot pocket bit, if you remember.
Oh, Jim Gaffigan.
Thank you. Jim Gaffigan.
I think that's who that is.
Jim Gaffigan's right. And that the Beyond the Pale and I remember he tried to do it again.
Yeah.
But he did it with like a different food and it just didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Or it's second special, but
I think one of my favorite names. It's not my favorite special, but like Norm Macdonald had one called Nothing Special.
Nothing Special,
which is like a great.
That's such a good name for a special.
Yeah.
I think Gringo Poppy's my favorite.
Oh, Gringo Poppy's iconic.
You know what's funny? You might be surprised it would have been a fantastic name if it was good. Because that was the whole thing that destroyed fucking Brendan Schaub from being in the UFC by Joe Rogan saying you might be surprised about Cain Velasquez. It would beat the absolute piss out of you. It would wrestle you to death.
Which he would, but still.
I mean, he absolutely would.
You might be surprised.
He said, because Brendan Schaub said he might be surprised how good he would do against Cain Velasquez, which is hilarious because Cain Velasquez was a fucking giant Mexican monster. Like, he would have killed him. So that would have been great. But Brendan Schaub is one of the funniest people of all time. What's the word that I'm looking for?
Piece of shit, fat loser.
No, like
in memoriam.
not by on accident, I guess. He's one of the funniest people. Unintentionally, thank you. Unintentionally, one of the funniest people of all time. I've had many laughs at his expense.
Hey man, who's to say that's not successful?
I love Fighter and the Kid, right? So it says this podcast, right? Fighter and the Kid.
I hated that, but I watched a little. I don't like Brian Callen, to be honest. I think he's an arrogant, dumb motherfucker, and he also got caught doing a bunch of crazy, sexual, deviant stuff, and then just said, "I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. I deny everything." And I'm like, you told stories about the shit you did.
Yeah, didn't he? Am I misremembering this, or did he? Was he the one that got in trouble because they found like a bunch of fucked geese in his garage or whatever, like a bunch of geese that had been fucked?
Yeah. So they had a bunch of Canadian.
I'm just asking
geese.
questions. I don't remember. I don't know.
It's like Bradley Martin, his stupid ass, fucking always saying some dumb shit. Fucking Martin. Oh my god.
Is that even a real person at this point? He just seems like
who?
He just seems like I don't even regard him as a person anymore. This guy Brad Martin. He's like a bodybuilder and trainer, and he just doesn't seem real to me anymore. He just seems like I don't know.
He'll suck anything that's put in front of him.
Jack WFM thanking Chris for giving me the idea to turn compressed air cans upside down to freeze ray those fucking roaches. Hell yeah, have fun, dude. Just sold 3 Labubu dolls, and now I'm set for life. GTA typing with Nico Spellick.
It's nice.
Stupid. Tell Mike to fuck my sandwich. Me at Jersey Mike. Big Meaty Stinks. Canola Joe escaped custody. Shelter in place. The Batman who laughs versus the Joker who rapes. That's fucking crazy. Dandy Andy, leader of the Spiderfucker party. The Punisher jerking it be like, I'm seeing red. Cake farts, but with Jamaican food. The flavor is unchanged. Heath, Big Bad Beetleborg, Smoker Smoking Kingston, Gids, Low Tier Gooner, fuck Israel and Tel Aviv. I said fuck him too.
Tel Aviv.
And weep for my legion of Sweens can't talk into the mic. I want Mexico and to Gaza Strip the Caribbean in World War III.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
You think Mexico can organize enough to do something like that? It's crazy. You seen that country? You've been there before? It's insane.
Is a crazy picture. You remember this shit?
Oh my god, yeah.
A Boogie and
Boogie making out with Bunty. I
with
forgot
Bunty,
about this. With fucking Billy the Fridge just looking.
Billy the Fridge. You can see Mundane Matt.
Wow, that's an old school VidCon picture.
Yeah.
Were you there? Did you guys met Boogie before?
Yeah, I met Boogie a couple times.
I'm right here. Me and Kiersey, I remember her name was.
Oh yeah.
Kiersey?
I can't remember the name exactly, but
Something
it was a K.
like that.
It was K.
Captain
She was cool.
Kiersey. No, she was cool.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know what she. You know what? I think she had breast cancer, dude. Like, I think I remember the last time I talked to her.
Bummer.
No, that's why I was just like, it just kind of hit me right now. I'm like,
Wah, wah, wah.
And then like,
I think I'm wearing a Teddy Fresh hat in that.
yes, you are.
Yeah.
Nice.
How times change.
How times change when I'm like, oh,
I don't know where that hat is.
Yeah. I haven't
He
seen.
gave that to me at his house, which is crazy.
Yeah, you should if you was that he probably lives in the same house, no? Is it the same house?
No,
or
it's
different
definitely
one?
not. It must be in a different place.
I was gonna say to deliver some skulls to that,
No, that's crazy.
don't
That's
do
so out of
that.
pocket.
Don't do that.
That's so crazy.
But yeah, or just like at least how about skulls that have like football helmets on them, so it's like playful.
The football helmets on the somebody's skulls is what makes it playful.
Yeah, because people
Yeah.
know like, oh, this isn't a threat. This is just like, oh, look at how cute. They have
Yeah, it's
helmets
like
on.
when I throw it like just a bottle of liquor with a rag, but no fire
No
through
fire.
somebody's window. It's like, oh, it's playful.
It's playful.
This might as well just be like them. This is basically like them gifting me wine or something.
Yeah, duh. See?
Yeah, it's playful. Yeah, right.
That's exactly what he would think.
Throw fireworks in there afterwards.
M80s.
That's-
Boom, boom.
we call that a delayed Molotov.
Dude, that's like really fucked up. Because someone gets splashed, and I'm like, oh, what? That's weird. And then the fire comes.
Then you just it splashed them, and then you're like, and then you bomb them. Just hit a bomb them.
You
Send
don't
a
even.
mortar in there afterwards.
You tar somebody, you feather them, and then you bomb.
And then you.
It's like that
Tarring
Dead
and-
Space video where the guy explodes.
That's kind of humane. Like you tar and feather, so they're like, it hurts so much, and then you bomb, so then they're
Quick
done.
question: does tar and how easy is it to get that stuff off?
How easy?
Yeah, like
How easy to what?
Just a regular baby soap.
Do you
You know
come-
the baby soap that doesn't really affect the eyes and stuff.
yeah,
Use a little
some
bit of that.
Johnson and Johnson.
A little Johnson & Johnson, that's it.
There's baby soap that just doesn't affect the eyes?
Yeah, like so the
Less
idea of
so, less
unless
so,
like it's
yeah.
it's very.
They say no tears.
No tears. Thank you.
No tears.
So you can wash your eyes with that soap.
You can.
You should not.
Why not if it's no tears?
It's a lie.
Oh, they're lying?
Yes.
Why would they lie on marketing material?
Oh well, you'll figure out. Later.
Why would they do that?
I believe everything everyone said to me. I've bought all the things that said 100%
Lily's
guaranteed.
brother steers with the car's radio knobs. Using Yoo-hoo drinkers to eat the world's nuclear stockpile like those plastic-eating worms.
Nice.
I forgot about those. Kevin Durant's feet. Let's get Cosby blackout drunk. Take a shot every time Sweeney mentions how good a person he is. Fuck you. I ain't paying my TV license, bitch. Mr. Pants. How y'all forget about the assassinations in MN? Fuck face unstoppable. Cardboard pie. I replaced the R's on my Dodge Ram with W's. And now my engine sounds like Take On Me. Woo-wee. Hot to go, FOGTOT bros. I'm so gay I fuck men's holes. Jolly old dipshit, the ace of parades. I don't see nothing's wrong with a little shuck and jive, massa. Hard R. Kelly.
Hard. I like that.
Jesus
R.
Christ. The hidden genius of calling people I don't like the N-word a retrospective video essay. That is kind of like those things like Dragon Ball Evolution is actually better than you remember.
And they're like, shut your fucking mouth.
It's like, no, it isn't. It's
No, it
worse.
isn't.
It's worse, in fact.
I want to, all of those people that are trying to gaslight people,
Just title it differently. Just give like people like I've seen ones like Our Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie, and
That's
for the
crazy.
life of me, I can't understand people have that perspective.
That is a crazy opinion to have. It is the best of those three movies, but it's not even close to the
I
best Star
wouldn't
Wars
even say that. I wouldn't even.
I think it's very clearly.
that's a hard one.
Because The Force
I think-
Awakens is literally just the same movie again.
I think that's
And
what
that's
makes it
better.
better.
Yeah, but that's not a new movie really to me.
But
That doesn't mean
that's
it's not-
not.
that
That's
doesn't
not
take away the
the
quality of the
thing.
movie.
It's more about just what is just a more solid film.
I don't think it is really.
I think I've watched it and hated it less than the other ones for sure, because it doesn't have, the first one doesn't have really insanely retarded plot points. That's the thing.
I would agree.
Like that's
I
really
don't
the
know how I
only
feel
thing.
about it, really.
You could say it's the
You
most
enjoyed-
entertaining.
You might have enjoyed it the most,
It's-
and that's fine.
it's more like
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy any of them, really.
But like
Out
on a
of- out of
scale
the- out
of
of those
the
three.
one
Yeah.
you enjoyed, the one you least hated, I guess.
I think the one that I think is the most interesting and the one that is written, I think, the most coherently of those three movies is that one.
I disagree.
the one in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh,
for
I-
sure.
I actually don't agree with that either.
I think the second one. I think the third one is a fucking train
I think
wreck.
everybody's in agreement with that. I think
But I
I
think
don't know
the-
anyone that says the Skywalker one is like the best one. I don't know anyone
I
that
think
said
the
that.
problem is that the first one, though it is very mundane, it undoes work for characters. I think that's the biggest problem.
Sure.
First one undoes work for characters, but it doesn't really disrespect.
I just think it's completely it's mundane, but I think it's solid until the end when she like she meditate for a little bit and becomes like god tier.
Everything.
That's the only thing that bothered me really.
Other than Han, everything other than Han stuff is like fine. Like it's fine.
What when she like behind he's like all like
they just
grumpy and shit.
They undercut Han's evolution. All the growth he does in those three movies is undercut. I don't even like Han Solo. He's my least favorite character out of the main group of people.
I guess
but it's like him like going through all that stuff to learn how to become a general and make things work and figure out like, hey, I'm kind of shitty, but I can do better and I know how to do better. For him to be divorced, fucked up with his son, lost the Falcon again. It's like this is like. Come
I don't know.
on, dude.
It's
an assassination of a character.
Sure,
Even if I don't like the character, that's what makes it crazy for me.
I guess
to
that's
think
what
that.
happens though to Luke too and everything.
No, Luke is raped.
Yeah, so
Luke is raped on coals.
So it's just like if I were a huge Star Wars fanatic, I'd be very upset. But it is weird that the people that are trying to just the really try. It's not even like you said. If they framed it differently in those
you
video
enjoy it,
essays,
that's
that it's
fine.
about like, let me tell you what I liked about this. I don't give a fuck about that.
Because there are cool things about that part
It's
of that
better
movie.
than you remember, and I'm like, no. See, that's where I get off this fucking ride.
Don't you fucking
It's
lie to
not
me.
better than I saw it.
You don't know how I
We
remember it.
Saw it, yeah. I'm like, we saw it, sir.
Squeezing my balls like a clown nose. Kingston Lamar be like, it used to be fuck that beetle, now it's plural. That's ridiculous.
Ding.
Can we get 5 big booms for Tel Aviv? Boom, 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 boom.
Stop.
I'm reading.
I know, but people stop, dude. You don't retaliate bombings with bombings. That's how, that's how big bomb go off that make the earth go stop.
Oh my god, I forgot about this crab thing.
What?
I'm just I'm going through all that old VidCon footage. And we were doing that crab thing with like Quentin reviews.
Oh, I
and
do remember
Shoe
that,
on
yeah.
Head, and I think you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
We're
You
all
have that on your
holding
phone
our
still?
camera. It's on my Facebook memories.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is, oh, yeah, the crab rave.
And then like I remember that Quentin guy that I can't stand. At least
Oh, yeah, Quentin
at that
reviews.
point I didn't really know him.
He was
so
normal.
He was like fine.
Yeah.
It was just toward the end of it, and I'm like, oh, this guy sucks. And
That's
then he did that tweet out of nowhere, started talking shit about VidCon or the people. Just out of
It
nowhere.
was such a weird thing to do considering Yeah, Quentin reviews is strange.
Very
Strange guy.
Yeah, I mean, to say the least. Yeah.
I remember he fucked that room up real bad.
Did he?
Yeah, like he insisted. I think he was like in a room because we had a VidCon house, an Airbnb that we split with a bunch of people.
Right. No, I remember that.
And he was in a room, and he just kind of like. I can't remember the specifics of it because it's so long ago at this point.
You just.
But I just remember he just fucking and nobody wanted to be around.
Oh,
It was very weird.
Why am I?
I don't remember if it was a hygiene thing or what, but
Oh, this is interesting. This makes sense. This is your post, and then there's a bunch of stuff tagged in it. The reason why I was confused, I was like, why do I have this picture of you? So this is you, and you tagged everybody in it.
yeah, it's a fucking album.
So I was like, why do I have this? I was like, why do I have this? But I'm like, okay, this makes sense.
Oh yeah, that
Phil
yeah,
DeFranco,
me, Phil DeFranco,
and then
and Quentin.
Quentin.
Yeah.
Him doing the thing, the thumbnail thing too.
Yeah.
I was confused for a second. I was like, why would I save that and then post it? But I get it.
Yeah.
I had no idea that what's his face was so tall.
Oh yeah, Pyrocynical.
Pyrocynical.
Yeah.
Fucking giant.
Yeah, he's very large.
Like when you see him in the video, I thought he was just like a little twink, like a little like.
It's me, Pyrocynical here.
I'm a little munchkin.
Pyrocynical here. I don't think he sounds like that anymore.
Oh, is he like? Hey, it's me, Pyrocynical.
It's like, it's me, Pyrocynical.
Oh, you like?
No, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. I
squeaky.
just remember that voice was like striking to me because it was so imitatable.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is. Boynaman. I took a picture of you taking a picture with Boynaman because I was like, I don't know if I want to get close.
I don't know if I want to get close. Oh, it's
Pyrocynical. It's me, Pyrocynical
It's
here.
me.
Did you know that boy in the band is gay?
It's great.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh my God. Dragon Ball's PP. I'm just going through my memories right now. Remember, that was a moment in time where
Dragon Ball's P.
You know, that was a moment in time when like it's been a long time since I shared stuff with everybody. That you need to watch this kind of a thing.
Right,
That was
yeah.
what I was like. I'm at work on break, and people that don't give a shit about stuff like this, I'm like, you got to watch this.
Yeah, you got to see it.
Good times.
Courage warns Muriel about Michael Vick, but it's too late.
Bitch.
Hammering my dick flat to grind smithing levels. I call it Excalibur now. Hibernating little Gadel. Search Peter Lorre fish battle. Something funny. Cum joke. Actually, you know what? Go fuck yourself, bitch. On the 33 spoiler, people have real jobs. Yeah, Kingston. Kingston spoiled Expedition 33.
You guys can't.
That's real talk. That's real talk right
Okay,
there.
sorry, man. Wish you the best. Hope your jobs, I don't know, continues.
It isn't too much to ask, I think.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
It's just common courtesy.
This is common courtesy. You know, we have very enviably easy jobs.
I agree.
At least we could do is not spoil things.
Yeah. I gotta learn how to draw breasts, man. I don't get it.
Just start
Really
with
start round.
Start with a boob.
But it's like, I just can't. I'm not an artist like that, man.
Just start with just draw a breast.
So okay, I think I should start with the waist first, and then
No. You have to start with the breast first. Start with the nipple first. In fact,
I can't start with the nipple first.
you have to start with the. Start with the hair around the nipple first.
So if I can't. It doesn't work for me, man.
Start with the mammary glands and then erase.
Start with the mammary glands. Okay.
Start with the outline. Like start like you know how you do
Start with
faces.
the areola. Yeah.
Yeah, they do faces. They do
Start
the
with
they
the
do
fa-
the
yeah,
they do the
yeah,
cross
yeah,
first.
with a marker is insane. You can't. That's not. It's completely untenable.
Okay, hourglass, and then the booba, right?
Fat big old titties.
Then tits.
That tit big.
Oh my
old-
god! See, I can't. There's something wrong with my brain. It can't work. Okay, let me do a.
You think
And then
that a straight man would be able to draw titties?
I'm not very good at it
We're being
'Cause I
straight
can't.
or titties.
because I can't draw. All right, let me draw.
I just feel like you think about him.
Yeah, see,
You know what I mean?
That's the translation part.
What the fuck is that, bro? That looks like a
It's
looks like
a
fucking
Pokemon.
Majora's Mask.
It's like a Pokemon.
it kind of does. I draw the arms like going like. Whoo.
That is crazy. Let me try.
I can't draw breasts, man.
Can we read the
I
names,
need like
guys?
a.
No.
Shut up, nigga.
I'm gonna erase your little fucking piece of
We're
shit.
fucking.
No,
He's dead.
no, Roundy.
I can't remember.
Yeah, how do you start? How do you start when you're drawing breasts?
I feel like I don't know. I haven't drawn in a while.
So you're starting with the. All right, so those are reasonable.
Yeah, those are
reasonable size, not anything crazy.
Nothing crazy, just normal.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
more like.
That's more
and
like.
and there's more spacing, like real tits.
Right.
Mine were much more
That's
like.
dimensions of it. This is an angle. These are
Yeah.
angles.
Right.
This is a botched job by.
That's like somebody. It's like a
That's getting it done
12-year-old
in
became a
Mexico.
plastic surgeon and did that to some poor lady.
Big boobies.
Big blue circles, perfect spheres.
He literally just got fucking pudding and just shoved it inside there.
We're out of fucking silicone.
Yeah.
Bring the tapioca now. Ew.
You owe me 10 Lunchables for this.
10 Lunchables. That's
Oh my
crazy.
God, I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get so sick.
Somebody offers you plastic surgery for 10 Lunchables. Smitchy the kid, Derek, you do have to pay U.S. Fed income taxes, even
You
if
do
you're
have to
living
suck
in
my
another country.
pee-pee really
just,
hard.
Just
Suck my
not
pee-pee
as
hard.
much.
Suck my penis hard.
And pays the other country tax. Foul tarnished. Post clarity nut. Me think we want take me on life. Indiana Jones and the jorking of the crystal penis.
Nice.
My new D&D weapon, +4 bludgeoning hamster in a sock. Dicked him down like a dairy farmer. Call me grade A butler. Or grade A butter? I don't know. Yush. Spaghetti and balls meat.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti and ball meats. Listen to them, the children of the night. What sweet cum they make. The ultra faggot. Craig the Canadian, I'm sending you back to God for these shenanigans. It's your boy, Shawnee D, and I have transformed into the ginger version of Colin Moriarty. Cumshot Gaming. At Grok, is this true? Cerberus Agent 267, Chris Maldonado Show, Obi Track, Obi Rack Ken Obama saying, let me be clear before getting stabbed by Darth Vader.
God damn.
Google image search, the Sid the Sloth swastika consent is a myth drawing.
That's
You will be disappointed. We did look that up on the previous episode.
I was not disappointed at all.
I was thoroughly impressed.
That was frightened.
It's somehow everything. No, there's not a lie in that description, but it also is not at all what I was expecting.
No lies.
Using the remote from click to pause time, coat Kingston from head to toe and come, resume time, then watch what he does from afar. I let my boyfriend do a come on my boy pussy, and he didn't wear a boy condom. Now, am I gonna get fag breakers now? Drip MH, Lord of all drip, right here by Stained. But you always find a stain to keep me right here staining. Beetle Hooker is in his beetle fishnet sucking beetle dick for beetle meth. Obi won't you blow me. Waiting for the sweet hunting tier. I want his pelt. So gaped they call him Slippin' Jimmy. Kremlin to Gremlin. Fucking a mousetrap voiced by Dana Schneider. Extra ammo was a joke, no gay. Parody, no questions. Harry Rectum. Kingston. Look up Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy trailer. It's the new CRPG in the works. Wage Slave 583. Rhythm of the X-Men animated theme. Fuck my butt. Fuck my butt. Papini Brothers. Papini Bros. Jeffrey Epstein in the Minecraft movie like I Am Steen. Donkerson, the colon swinging slasher. Laszlo, I don't have much time, Laszlo. I owe money to a lot of bad people, and I'm in too deep, Laszlo. Please, Laszlo, I need your help. PP, I change the sheets when the sheets change color. That's a good indication, to be fair. I have to go get new sheets, actually. I've been alternating the same, like, 2. And it's kind of getting...
Yeah.
It's kind of getting annoying to have to
No, I feel you.
account for that.
Yeah.
Thunder up, bitches. Put some respect on OKC. 19-2 after a loss is legendary shit. Me be fishy. A mean lesbian. The piss drinking beetle. John Strickland Mercs 1889 TND. But I'm saying to mean teens next door. I don't know what that means. Oh, I guess it's just the same. The first Church of Keith David presents Sphincter Cell, the ethereal spinning fleshlight, pre-Roz, Blake 896. I got Lockjaw during the graveyard shift at the dick sucking factory, and all I got was Lockjaw, as previously mentioned. And now that we're here, so stained and gay, I took her to my attic and I franked it. Shaft spunk be like harder, wetter, fatter, longer. That frog ripped me off. Das Goopy. If a black person takes money from the right person to grift, it's technically reparations.
Dude, damn.
Laying on my penis until it falls asleep, so it feels like I'm someone giving someone else a hando. Young Colin jumping off the freeway willingly. Harry Knobber and the throater of Gazaban. Gagscaban.
Gags, man.
Jesus
I
Christ.
just learned something
Nicky
about
Ziggy.
tits, man. that
Are you looking at?
apparently they're drawing them completely straight is not a good idea.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you always got to go from an angle.
Yeah, I did.
That's why I did it that way.
Yeah, totally. I'm looking at all the anime boobs, and almost none of them are just head on.
Yeah, the only time they're ever head on is if they're cleavage
Yeah, okay.
or being held together
Interesting.
That I mean, it's interesting. I mean,
because they don't read well.
Yeah, that's. I was just like, okay, makes sense.
Hey, Chris, Hugh Laurie here. Accidentally followed you while scrolling high on Vicodin and haven't bothered to unfollow. Straight Slayer making the world gayer. Pornhead.
Pornhead.
Lily's brother playing flat out IRL. Sorry, Miss Jackson, Badly Brave. Who's New York Nick? Aetherian needs help. Lowering his weapon in Halo 3. Penis. Nate from Memphis 1. And rounding out our list, as always,
Hey, we did it.
is the King of Haphazard. Thank you all for stopping by. Remember, snarktank.shop. You can get shirts like this. Also, Final Fantasy.
This? Shout out William Johnson. What ethnicity is he? What nationality is he?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, what the?
I think he's Filipino. I think I'm gonna go Filipino. Final answer.
You think he's Filipino?
Ray
final
William
answer.
Johnson. Is
I always thought he was
Filipino?
like vaguely Hispanic, but I wasn't
Filipinos
sure.
are vaguely Hispanic though.
Yeah, but not in that way. Like he doesn't strike me as Filipino at all. Somebody look this up for us.
What nationality is real William Johnson?
Yeah,
oh, he died today.
Can you imagine? It's like, you get an Amber Alert that says Ray William Johnson died.
Yeah.
You ever get a Silver Alert?
What the fuck is that?
It is literally, it's real. I'm not making that up. It's an Amber Alert for old people.
A silver
Oh,
alert?
I got one
Silver?
recently.
Yeah.
I had one a
goodness.
few months ago actually.
Yeah.
Some old dude. Yeah, this sucks. I didn't know they're called silver alerts.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy. I get why it's called that though.
Yeah. Anyway, bye.
Fuck off. Right.